Hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here. And if you've only seen Legend living in America, you've probably been watching the wrong one. Let's tell you why you're wrong today on Hack the Movies.
Tapes, we're talking about tapes.
Wow, it's everyone's favorite co-host whose letter... God damn it, I fucked up the joke.
Keep it in.
No, I fucked up the joke.
Keep it in.
Wow, it's everyone's favorite co-host whose name begins with the letter J.
Joe.
Hannah.
No, you were supposed to wait for me. See, I fucked it up by fucking up the joke, and you knew what joke I was going to...
It's true.
It's a JoJo episode.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You can leave if you want to. We got this.
Joanna, we weren't able to do Return to the King with you.
Yeah.
That was a bummer.
Yeah. And then we were supposed to do Worst Animated Lord of the Rings, and then I got too busy, and I don't think anyone even knew that new Lord of the Rings came out.
It apparently is on streaming now.
I saw that it was on streaming. I actually went to the theater and they were out of regular buckets, so they were just giving away the Rohirrim buckets because they could not fucking sell them. So I was like, oh, okay. So there's
pretty funny.
There's your
That's
medium
hilarious. Oh my god.
The best I've heard
thing's
about
so
that.
big. Could you imagine like getting the popcorn? You're just kind of like.
Well, not the big hammer. It was just like the tin.
Oh, I thought it was the hammer.
No.
That's funny if
like,
you're just giving
could you
out.
Oh, here you go.
It's actually cheaper to get the hammer than a little paper container. But yeah, so we're talking about a different fantasy movie today.
Arguably the best.
Depending on what version you're watching.
Well, yeah.
Yes, Ridley Scott's Legend. Or as I called it in the 90s, Kroll. Because, so I think...
How did you confuse
So
the two?
what I think happened was, I must have watched, like early in the 90s when I was young, I must have watched Kroll and Legend close together. And I didn't really catch them, like whenever they were on TV, I would always mix them up. So like, I would be watching Legend, waiting for him to pull out the blade thing to throw. Or I would be watching Kroll, waiting for the devil to show up.
I could see you like conflating like Beastmaster and Kroll, but not Legend and Kroll.
No, Legend and Kroll, I would get them confused growing up.
Okay.
But they're kind of similar.
I think they were all on cable at the same
There's
time.
two devils? Like,
Well, there's the Beast in Kroll. He doesn't look as
Who
cool.
looks nothing like Darkness.
That's the thing. But, you know, I don't know. I would confuse them in my head. I'd be like, oh, Kroll's on. And I'm like, where's the disc? Where's that lady? What's all this? What's going on here? And then vice versa. But yes, Legend, a movie that used to play on like, I don't know, like TNT or something.
Yeah.
A lot in the 90s.
Yeah, it was on like the pay channels too.
Yeah. I remember always enjoying it when it was on. Never really grabbed me, but maybe that's because I don't know if I like the theatrical cut. I don't know if I ever like watched it front to back all in one sitting before because it was on cable. So, you know, families flipping channels.
I mean, this was in the same pool as like Neverending Story and Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. So like I grew up with those films and Jim Henson stuff, and this kind of fit right in with all the fairy tale stuff.
Had you ever seen this before I showed you the one version?
You showed it to me, and I was like, I'm fucking obsessed.
So you just missed.
Yeah, I missed, You
didn't even know about it. Wow. Most people, even if they don't remember the movie or anything, they remember seeing the Tim Curry devil at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
that's all I can think about.
So I knew there was a movie with Tom Cruise. Eventually, I realized it was a movie called Legend and not Kroll. I realized that those are two different movies.
Are you sure? You still? Yeah.
It was yesterday.
No, I put Kroll on the other day, and I was waiting for the princess to dance with the dress, and it didn't happen.
Son of a bitch.
And we both agree that they're both great films, equally great films. Kroll might be better. I don't know. But anyway, I knew you'd make that face.
I like Kroll, don't get me wrong.
Oh, I love Kroll.
Yeah.
Kroll's so good. But yeah, this was supposed to be a really big movie.
Huge.
Yeah, so Ridley Scott, he's riding high at this point. He did Alien. He did Blade Runner, which got butchered in editing, unfortunately.
We have
but
7 different cuts of that movie now.
I'm looking forward to whatever the next cut is.
Is there? Oh my god!
I don't know.
No, the final cut is that's it.
Nah.
No.
No, you're an editor. You probably dealt with this. We need Final Cut 2. Final Cut version 2. That's what
Electric Boogaloo.
Final Cut 2.0. Yeah.
Final Cut revised part 2.
No. Final in capital letters. Yeah.
4K restoration.
Actually final.
For real this time. For real too.
Maybe.
I have so many files that are like final 3,
Yeah.
final 5.
FRFR, final 3.
He should. He's getting old. When he's like 100, he should be like, "Hey guys, I'm going to re-edit Blade Runner again." Like, you son of a bitch.
He's gonna need that. He's gonna need that paycheck at some point, right?
So yeah, they put Legend into production. He got the guy to write this movie, and apparently he wrote like the most unfilmable, expensive film ever made.
Well, to be fair, I mean, when Ridley Scott came to him, he was like, "I want this fairy tale."
Yeah.
And they weren't sure like exactly how to do it.
He only asked for specific things. He's like, "I want the villain to be named Darkness. There's got to be unicorns.
There's like a light and dark thing, and
Yeah.
that's it.
And the guy's like, "All right, I'll come up with something." And what he came up with was the idea of a girl who throws a ring and her future husband has to retrieve it. And a lot of that stuff stayed into the final version. But the writer like laughs about it. He's not mad that he had to change everything. He's like, "Yeah, it was pretty funny. I just wrote whatever." And everyone's like, "This is great." And he assumed that is just what they were going to film. And all the behind the scenes, they're like, "Oh yeah, it was beautiful. We loved reading it." Like Rob Bottin is like, "This is one of the best scripts I ever read." And then I wrote again, and I had to like line out everything I would have to make, and I realized it would be $1 billion.
Well, yeah, because they had to like narrow it down to like only a handful of creatures that.
Oh, there were gonna be armies of
Yeah.
fairies at one point.
Yeah.
Whenever the unicorns were gonna walk, flowers were gonna pop up, and I'm like, what made them think they could do that in 1985?
Oh, I wish they animated it.
But it's fun. It's fun to be. That's what you should do, right?
Yeah.
Put it all out on paper, and then whittle it
And
down.
then whittle
from
it
there.
down.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
There was like 15 revisions of the fucking script too.
there had to be.
Yeah.
There had to be. They did this at Pinewood Studios. They built the Big Bond stage.
On the 007 set.
Yes.
Yeah.
They built these huge sets. They basically built like a forest that animals ended up living in, like pigeons.
It's incredible.
Just made homes there.
It's absolutely incredible. It's probably
Yeah.
one of the fucking coolest sets like ever made.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes. And they filmed a little.
Besides the life-size Titanic.
Oh my god.
And they filmed like a bunch on that set. But unfortunately, they didn't film as much as they would have liked. There was actually going to be a really cool tracking shot that was going to take you through that forest and really show it off. And there's test footage of it on the DVD.
Yeah.
But before they did that, everyone went home for the day.
Well, they went
And
on lunch.
They went on lunch.
Lunch, mind you.
And I love the story that the watchman was there, and he was used to the pigeons flying in and out of the thing. But on this day, every pigeon just flocked out of there. He's like, "What's going on in there?" And he walked in, and the roof exploded. And the set burnt down, and they let Ridley Scott know, and he apparently went and played tennis. Because he's like, well, what the fuck am I going to do?
they fucking incredible, though. They like rebuilt the part of the set that they needed in like 3 days, which is insane.
Yeah, but then there are some shots in that movie where like it feels real cramped.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, there's a lot of trees and things falling in front of the
like the parts with the unicorns and the
yeah. There are some parts with like real obvious backdrops. Like, oh, that must have been after it blew up. But yeah, he got some really big names. He worked with Terry Rollins again, who also did like I think edited Alien for him.
How much was Alien? How much did they spend on Alien?
I don't remember.
Because this movie was $24.5 million.
Yeah.
In 1985.
Which is a lot of money
Holy
for 1985,
shit.
yeah.
And just given this guy, I guess because Alien was so successful, he kind of had carte blanche, I guess.
And yeah, Blade Runner didn't do super hot, right?
I don't think so. It's one of those things where it's like this was way ahead of its time, and it did fine, and a lot of people liked it. Like it's one of those things where like people at the time would probably tell you different and be like, "This movie was fucking great," but critics would say it was shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing's changed.
It's all the same.
You're right. Movies that get shit on now are going to be looked at fondly in the future.
Everybody's gonna love the monkey.
10 years from now, the monkey and Amelia Perez. Everyone's going to be like, that was
Cult
the gold
classics.
standard. The people there didn't know at that time. I'm so mad. You heard about my Oscar competition with Adam?
Yeah, I watched.
Yeah, I went all in on Amelia Perez because it got 13 nominations. I'm like, well, this is a number game. Of course I'm going to win because it got so many nominations. Fucking movie won 2 awards. I lost in a landslide.
Maybe if that girl was smart, she would have deleted all her tweets like you do.
You shit on me so much for that. And And it looks like I was right.
You see, the thing is, Tony, I don't have a problematic past. You do.
You know what? She probably thought the same thing. Anyway.
How do you not think that's problematic?
Anyway.
Is it like, but last week was problematic for Tony, right?
Yeah.
So like, oh, make sure all those tweets are gone.
Oh, like, I had a little too much fun making fun of that guy. I hope those tweets delete. Anyway, yeah, so they got like Tim Curry in on this because he loved, I think he said he loved his performance in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, but I think Ridley hired him because he was classically trained.
Yes, because he's the
that's
theater
a big
guy.
part of this movie. It's very theatric.
Yes, it's it's like an old fairy tale, like an actual fairy tale, which was supposed to scare you into doing the right thing.
I feel like this is what a lot of actors look forward to the parts playing.
Yeah.
Parts to play, rather. You know what I mean? 'Cause they're like doing Shakespeare and shit like that, and this is kind of borderline that vernacular, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And Rob Bottin's makeup effects are
incredible.
insane.
I miss stuff like this so much. It's
Yeah.
disgusting. I'm just watching every single one of these characters, and I'm just like, God damn it.
They're real.
Like,
Yeah.
even like on Lily, like all her face is beautiful glitter.
Yeah.
Like, and it just highlights so well. I'm just like, God damn it. Like, you don't see now. It's just like everything's just caked on. You can see how caked the music, like the makeup is. It's
Yeah.
It's also pretty. It's a pretty dark movie.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of like ambient light, which I really like.
Yeah.
And the glittery stuff, and it's just, I don't know. It's cozy as hell.
Oh, I like how it went from super glittery and then everybody gets sweaty.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Sweaty
like,
and
is that-
glittery.
Is it glitter anymore? No, that's sweat.
Well,
yeah,
there's
this-
going to be barbecue down there.
But yeah, this was like this and The Thing might be his like standout. Like
I think so.
The effects
and
are so
of
good.
course
and,
the Howling. Yeah.
and The Howling, yeah, which they got Robert Ricardo from The Howling to be Meg Mucklebones, who looks incredible.
I mean, that is probably one of the best movies besides Darkness himself. Like having Darkness in it and Meg Mucklebones in the movie. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
One
so
second.
I was gonna say that's not gonna pick up, is it?
Did that fall?
No, I had
Is
it open
is
to air out at the room,
Is
but
it
there's
raining or hail?
no, there's a bunch of leaves outside.
Oh no, it's raining.
Never mind, it's raining.
There you go.
Yeah, and Tim Curry, that is the most iconic thing from this film. And Rob Bottin said like he's always imagined what the devil would look like in like a movie, and they just never got it right. He's like, this is my chance. I'm gonna make the most awesome looking, even though he's not technically the devil. He's like the equivalent of the devil in this.
embodiment of.
Yeah, he is the Lord of Darkness.
Wood.
You know, of all the monster dudes that you're into, this one actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, so you also would.
No, I mean,
So you also would. So you also would. So you also would.
No, that would be gay. I'm all in on Meg Mucklebones, okay?
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
That's who Tony's taking to the
I'm not
local
do- I'm gonna
feast,
do-
baby.
With or without head. That could go either way too.
You know, we have to ask there's
What a fine fat boy you are, Tony.
there's an important question for both characters. Does he have a goat dick or a human dick? And does she have a vagina or a cloaca? Because that might be a deal breaker.
I mean, I'll work with what I can get. So it
Why
doesn't
does she
matter.
have a bird hole?
oh no, fish and reptiles have that too.
Chloe, they have them too?
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't they have a little dick that comes out?
Some of them do.
Reptiles.
Some of them do. Some have dicks, some have cloacas.
My snake has a pee-pee.
See?
Yeah, but some have cloacas. I don't know. I'm not a
You're gonna put the holes together.
Why do you know so much, Tony?
Anyway, yes, Darkness has a fucking monster minotaur dick.
Awesome. That's why he wears that kilt. He's got to
he
cover
needs
it up.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really well crafted film, and then I guess the American the American distributor wanted a slightly different cut, and then
Did they want it more for children? Is that what I was?
A lot of different cuts.
Yeah.
well, they
like-
wanted more cuts, but like honestly, the big person who pushed for the edits in America was Ridley Scott, based off a terrible like test screening he had, where he mentions like there were kids in the audience who were definitely high because I could smell it, and they were like laughing at things, and he immediately like second guessed himself. He's like, "Did we try too hard here? Did we try too hard with this? We got to like change everything." I think even the British cut might have had some changes, not as much as the American cut though.
I think originally it was 120 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he cut it down to 113.
Yeah.
And then for the US, he cut it down to 89 minutes.
Yes.
And then changed the whole score.
Yes, he changed they get rid of Jerry Goldsmith, who did one of the like it's an amazing score.
Jerry worked 6 months
Yeah.
on this score, probably one of the longest periods of time that he's worked on a score, and it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame
Yeah. And it was
that we didn't get it until 2002.
This is so old, by the way. Like, it's like
beautiful.
yellowing.
Love it.
I'm so scared to play it.
and then so he gets Tangerine Dream for 3 weeks,
Which is
to
fine.
come up with a whole new.
I mean, it's good. It is good, but I don't feel like it fits as well as this did.
I was telling her if I was just listening to it on its own with no visuals, I'd be like, this is good. I like this. I've listened to Tangerine Dream stuff. When it is attached to the movie, I'm like, this is not working.
It's not like as whimsical.
all.
And
Yeah.
like,
But here's the thing. It fits the vibe of what was going on at the time in fantasy movies.
There's sometimes where that could work.
Yeah.
I learned recently the 95 Mortal Kombat, like some producer wanted it to have like ACDC music and whatnot. Instead, they went in all with the electronic of the time, and it gives a movie its whole identity.
Sure.
Again, it works for some movies. This, not so much.
No.
I
mean, there is
speaking of a movie that
yeah, sometimes
Butt Rock of the Damned.
sometimes the music of the time can make a movie great, or it can horribly date it.
Oh, it's so dated now, but the soundtrack slaps.
No, you know what? You know what is dated but still great? Night at the Roxbury.
Oh God.
Oh my
The
God.
soundtrack for it. I reviewed Night at the Roxbury on Kaylee's channel.
Yeah.
And since that episode, Night at the Roxbury's like playlist has been my gym mix. I'm just listening to Night at Roxbury because
And
all
you're
those
just doing this the
electronic
whole time?
like dance music we would have to listen to as kids on the radio and stuff.
It's
like
just a
I
90s dance mix.
this is our night. Everything. I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, the movie came out in America. It did whatever. Not many people were into it. I don't even think they knew there was a director's cut or anything.
No, because it didn't come to light until 2002.
Yes.
Until Ultimate Edition came out.
Yes, which I didn't really know about for years. So I got like really sick in like 2007 or maybe 2007.
Was that your appendix?
It might have been the appendix.
I think it was
I
your
forget.
appendix.
Yeah. I didn't have appendicitis.
I've known him for so long, it's disgusting.
My appendix got big and a lymph node got enlarged, and the doctor's like, we don't know. Let's just get rid of it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, you don't need it, theoretically.
You know, I asked when I was on the slab before they put me under, I'm like, what does this do? And it's like, oh, it's like if you're like eating tree bark. I'm like, that's been an option my whole life? And they're like, not
and like
any-"
rocks and
and,
stuff.
and they're like, not anymore. I'm like,
Roughage for digestion? I don't know.
I could have done that my whole life.
why would you do that?
I would have liked to have known I had the option.
You look at a tree and you're like, damn, I would like to eat that bark.
Tony's going to go live with the Fae folk and eat fucking
I
bark.
can't live in the
Drink
wild
elderberry
anymore,
wine.
Joe. I don't have an appendix.
That's correct. We can do it.
Yeah,
God damn it.
True.
We'll get back to you.
So as I was recovering, I was in bed a lot, as you would imagine. We had premium cable, and I was like going through like whatever was on Cinemax, and I see Legend Director's Cut. I'm like, there's a Director's Cut of Legend?
How old were you when you saw this?
I was 17.
Oh, I was 15 when this dropped. And
Yeah.
I could not wait to
Well,
get my fucking paws on.
I didn't know about it. I didn't
Yeah.
know. Well, I mean, I knew the movie existed, but like, I guess whatever I saw in the 90s didn't leave one thing left an impression on me, but like it didn't leave as big of an impression on me, so I didn't like seek it out.
Yeah.
But I was like sick. I was like, I like Ridley Scott stuff. Let me like actually watch the director's cut, see what it's like. And I'm like, this movie's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't I like it as much? And then I looked up the changes. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh, because the original version was the Alien 3 of its day. It just cut everything out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Johanna, have you ever seen Legend? She's like, no, Tom Cruise sucks. I'm like,
I'm still about that, by the way.
I'm
No,
like,
I'm looking at him there. His mouth actually made him look so cute. I liked his teeth. Now he has those super like white straight veneers, and it's just like, ew, you ruined yourself.
but
no, I don't think he has the veneer.
Yes, he does now. He
But
definitely
they're
does
still
now.
off center.
They're still off center.
Yeah, especially that one tooth is just like up a
Once
little
you
bit.
see it,
But,
you're like, oh fuck.
We've been
like he had such a like. I hate when people mess up their mouths.
Natural.
me and
Mouth.
Like no, if you're like ganked up, I understand. But like no, it was a cute little crooked
We've
tooth
got-
with the.
Angela and I are going through the Mission Impossible sequels,
Yeah.
and I'm glad age finally caught up with him. Like now, like he got lucky. Whatever pact he made with Xenu, I don't know what it was.
Brad Pitt took it off.
Yeah, I think Brad Pitt took it off because now when I see pictures of him, like, okay, now you look like you're in your mid 50s. You should look older, but like now it's really starting to hit him. But yeah, this is like one of his first films. This is like very early on.
I think it might be his first.
It might be. I think it's Mia Sarah's first film
yeah.
for sure. She was like 15.
Yeah.
Mia Sarah, who would be the first person to play live action Harley Quinn on the Birds of
Yeah.
Prey
I forgot about
WB TV show
Fucking
from
deep
2000.
cut, dude. I never watched that.
It's not good. I watched it at the time because I thought the girls were hot, but it is not good.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Like,
believe
that's
it.
I'm like, I like Batman. There's girls in this. And I'm just like, this isn't that good. But yeah, she was Harley Quinn. She never got in the outfit. She wore red and black once, but not the outfit.
Oh, then
See, Mia Sarah is technically the first live action Harley Quinn.
yeah.
But yeah, this is pre Ferris Bueller. Yeah. Yeah, so I watched the director's cut. I showed you, and it's become like one of my like favorite fantasy movies.
So good.
One of the best Ridley
What
Scott
DVD
movies.
did you get me? I don't remember.
I got you this exact
This
one,
one? Okay.
the Ultimate
Okay.
Edition. Yeah.
'Cause I have it somewhere, but
Yeah. Which comes with both cuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm never going back to that theatrical
Oh,
cut again.
Speaking of the soundtrack, by the way, so this vinyl, if you look this up or whatever, it's going maybe like $30 tops.
Mm-hmm.
Tangerine Dream's like 80 plus.
Really?
What the
Okay,
fuck?
okay.
Wonder.
So you know what? There are people older than us
Yeah.
who really liked it in the 80s. And I've experienced this. I've like where I let them know, like, there's like a much better version of the movie. They're like, oh, fuck you, the movie's fine. And I'm like, yeah, but it's got a way better score. And like, oh, screw you, Tangerine Dream is great. I'm like,
Yeah.
you got to give it a shot. You got to try it. I'm like,
I talked to Mr. Lobo about that because he loves the original cut of Blade Runner.
yeah.
And he doesn't even want to know about the final cut. And he's just like, no, that's not my thing. Like, this is the one I like.
I mean, there's some stuff in the final cut that I could do without, but it's way better movie. But yeah, let's go through this wonderful film.
Let's do it.
This is just the theatrical cut. I will talk about the director's cut. And Joe, where will I be doing that?
Well, we'll be talking about it together over on Movie Dumpster.
Whoa!
We're doing the director's cut, baby.
Nice.
The
So
superior version.
yeah, so I'm really only going to bring the director's cut up when I have to explain why a scene doesn't work.
Sure. Understandable.
Yeah. For a lot of stuff, I'll be like, seems like something got cut there, and we'll leave it for the episode.
Where's the character development?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is this moving so fast?
Oh God, dude, it was.
Going.
I have a note toward the end where I feel like they changed 3 locations and lighting
I
setups
have
and
never
color
watched
temperatures.
this version until he sent it to
Yeah.
me, and I'm watching this and I'm like,
It's literally
What is
just,
this?
It's just all the main
It's
beats.
just
Yeah.
It's just all the main
They
beats.
really they cut out so much. So yeah, opening credits. Oh wait, no, not even that. There's an opening crawl in this version,
That's why.
which it actually does explain some stuff, I guess.
Sorta.
It's like, hey, this is what you got to know. Unicorns, they're a thing. The light, whatever that is, put its
light
soul into
can't
unicorns.
exist without darkness, blah, 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 blah.
I literally have it, yada, yada, good, evil, balance, force, whatever.
There can be no darkness without light and no light
They
without
actually let us
darkness.
know that Jack is like a man of the woods and that's his deal, whereas,
He's a fucking forest child. Gump tells you.
yeah, I guess so. Well, no,
mean
Gump
Frankie
is
Muniz?
Gump is a forest child.
No. Gump is just the Gump, and Tom Cruise is a forest child.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. He literally says it to him.
I thought Gump is,
child and not know the Gump?
oh, I guess I misheard him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a weird
We know
voice.
the movie better, it's fine.
Honeythorn Gump?
Wait, am I right about this? The lady who plays Blix, does she voice that character?
So she voices Blix and
Gump.
And Gump.
Okay, yeah. I forgot to write her name down. I'll
It's
explain.
okay. We could talk about it on the other.
we
version.
could. So yeah, he's basically saying like, yes, Jack, he's a forest guy. He really loves a girl. She's just a girl.
She's a princess.
No, not in this version. She's just a girl. And they
Well,
cut around calling her a princess.
They
a
call her
lot.
a princess once at the end.
They call her princess once, but also the whole scene with Nell, which is shortened, but there are bits and pieces there.
Yeah, she does say like my lady, like
But
she's
she
like,
never
"Why are you hanging
says-
around with
What's
her
poor folk
Yeah.
for?
Yeah, but she never mentions the word princess.
No,
they
but she's
cut
like,
around it.
She's
yeah.
like, all the riches and all the
Yeah,
castles
yeah.
that I live in aren't.
Which
have
again,
as
if I
much
knew
happiness
she was
as
a
this place.
princess, I'd understand that more. But this is saying she's just some lady.
Did you also know
It's
that they
inferred.
changed her name in the European and American version? So in the American version, it's Lily. European, it's Lili.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Like the descriptions, I guess, or in the
What
credits.
was the point of that?
I think
What was the point
They're
of
not
that?
gonna get it.
I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
It's like changing people's names on Ellis Island. Yeah,
Like in Godfather 2.
yeah.
Watch our Godfather 2 episode. So yeah, the opening credits play over forest footage, and we see Blix Goblin Keith Richards, it's literally Keith Richards.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
literally, the girl told Ridley Scott, I want to look like Keith Richards. And Rob Bottin's like, okay, here's Keith Richards with a big nose and ears.
That's what he looks like now, Keith Richards.
Yeah, he really called it.
Like, make him green, and there he is. Blix.
Yes, so we get to open up on some lovely footage of torture and a baby demon. So the big pig guys are like torturing someone. There's just like this baby demon.
It's a little person.
I
Jumping
know
around.
it is a little person, but I think in the universe of the movie, it's just a little baby
Is that
demon.
the same one that's on the table later?
No, that's a
Okay.
different creepy baby.
Okay.
Which is like a
there's
stone-
multiple creepy babies.
It's like a stone Buddha later.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just standing still the entire time, and then it's just like, ah! And I'm like,
Oh, you're gonna put that dress on? Okay.
The
dancing with you.
the pig executioner guys remind me of the cooks in Conan the Barbarian, who were kind of mutated if you look pretty close.
Yeah, it also like reminds you a little bit of Hostel, like the aprons and shit.
A little bit,
A
yeah,
little bit,
So yeah, we get to meet Darkness, who is in blue glow in the dark makeup with
It's
glow.
like blacklight, and it's
yeah,
cool.
it's a black light.
It
That
looks like friggin' oh my god, was it uranium or whatever? Like the stuff that glows.
Oh, yeah,
green?
yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
That's
So-
what it looked like. His nails and his eyes. Was,
Yeah.
I always hit this goddamn mic.
no, he looks awesome.
Fold your dark arms about me.
And that is like
cool.
that is like the main thing I remembered from the movie. I'm like, I remember he was red, but like I always remember in the beginning he is blue and green and he looks fucking cool.
It's SOTA Toys did a version like
Yeah.
that. Did you see that?
Yes. But now having seen how the scene was supposed to play, this scene is hard to watch because originally
really tough.
you were not supposed to see Darkness until he is revealed after
Which is
the
like
dance.
45 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, like way into the movie, you were just supposed to hear him and feel his
The
presence.
last 30 minutes,
Yeah,
20
something
minutes,
like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah. Instead, they just show him lounging in a chair. But like, so they shot just his angle with his lighting, and it doesn't match anything else. It's like you're right. His
hands
nails
are different colors when he's pointing up
Yeah,
bricks.
his nails are green, but only when he's in his angle on the chair, and then he's pointing to Blix, and now it's jarring. I'm like, no, I don't.
Doesn't work.
I'm like, you're taking me out of it. I don't like this. They changed some of his lines a little bit. In this version, he's impotent. I still have pouches of Blue Chew. Do you think it would help? Do you think
I was gonna ask
He's gonna
if you
need
would
the whole
relate.
pouch, dude.
No, I don't need Blue Chew, which is why I have so much of it because they gave me so many, and I don't know. I think it's expired by
I
now.
remember when you asked if me and Ian wanted it, and we were like, no,
I think I tried to give some
don't
to you.
need
too.
that
No,
shit.
I don't need it. My wife would be like, "No, don't give it to her."
Like they gave me so much Blue Chew, and I'm not currently getting laid.
Why don't you go to like the VFW or something? Be like, here you go, guys.
Give it away to the
I guess
homeless.
I'll give it away now.
Here's a can of soup and a Blue Chew. There
Just
you
the
go.
old veteran guys. Be like, here you go.
They're gonna need it now.
So yeah, it's very, very distracting. But yeah, Blix comes in, and it's more or less the same scene,
Yeah.
where he's just like, "Hey, look, Blix, I feel presence in the forest. The Force. The Force is awoken. This is the Force Awakens."
I need a drink.
He's like, "Hey, there's something in the forest. They're awful. I hate them. They bring light. You got to kill them." And
One horn, like an antenna reaching straight to
antenna
heaven.
straight to heaven.
So fucking good. And he like picks up like a knife and like smacks Blix in the head with it. He's like, "You fucking fool!"
This is what you look like.
I get the point.
Wait, no, I don't know why he says fool, because he literally asks like a legit question, like, "Okay, what do you fool?" And it's like, I don't even know these things exist.
These
I'm
are
just-
mythical creatures that are sacred amongst the the fae folk, whether you're a goblin or a gump.
Well, he probably doesn't know every mythical creature on Earth in the
Well, that's what he
universe.
gets for being an idiot.
They're like the one thing that could kill darkness.
I don't know. I mean,
They are literally the foil of darkness.
well,
They are
then
the
maybe,
light.
honestly, there would be a reason for them not to know, because he'd probably be like, I actually don't want them to know what could kill me unless it's absolutely imperative.
Oh, you think the goblins will stab him in the back?
Yeah,
probably.
because they tried
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
sort of.
that.
And failed. And failed terribly. That's the point. 'Cause he's like, look at my power. And then it's just like, oh shit. Hello, my lord. Sorry.
But yeah, so he tells him like, hey, you got to get these unicorns and I'll make you a prince. And he's like, all right, cool.
Prince of the land of stench.
Yeah, he's like, you'll be a prince here in my kingdom. And he's like, a rare privilege. And then you see what the kingdom looks like. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? That sucks. Like, where's my part of the kingdom?
Dude, mortal world turned to ice. This be goblin paradise.
True.
You know?
I guess if he's churning the whole world, then it becomes, okay, that makes sense then. But he's like, all right, look, you need bait to get them. And bait is innocence.
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 Murder.
Does sound like Frankenstein.
What is innocence?
Cut to Lily frolicking, but not singing, in the woods. She just loves to frolic in the woods.
And
That's such a
fuck with
pretty
people, apparently. But she's supposed to be
Actually,
innocent.
you know what? The version that in this where she's not a princess, this scene is a little bit.
Yeah.
This scene is like easier to
It's like, oh,
digest.
you're a bitch.
When you know she's a princess, she's like, I'm just gonna fuck up their laundry and eat their food. It's like, lady, come on.
Get out of here.
What the fuck are you doing?
No, it's like, oh, you're like a daughter to me. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
To be fair, she says have another biscuit, so she didn't care that she
Yeah,
was eating
yeah.
food. So
But yeah, she walks
Nell
in.
can't eat.
Huh?
Nell can't eat, and she's giving the princess her food. Got it.
But yeah, she walks in. She sees the sleeping dad, the sleeping baby. She looks at the clock, and then it turns into ice.
foreshadowing. Also, this scene always made me hungry.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat that food.
There is a lot of food on that table.
Man, I just want to like be there. Every time they're
Yeah.
like in the woods or in Nell's cottage, I'm just like, I just want to fucking live there. That's what I want eventually. I want to retire in a place like that.
That's how I used to feel. But every year my allergies get worse, and I'll be like, that would kill me.
Dude, you just get that Claritin, man. Pop them Claritin.
I'm gonna forget
I
one
literally
day.
go to Costco and I just buy that big bottle,
Big
and I'm just
one,
like,
yeah.
hell yeah!
I'm good.
Popping them like sugar pills.
Roll those windows down, baby.
And also, the food was making me sick because I'm filming this after earlier this week I had 2 days of throwing up my lungs.
You eat some of that darkness barbecue.
I can finally have full meals. I just been eating little bits here and there. Like now I can have I had a full meal today. I'm like, feel like a human again.
When you were like, I didn't make it to the bathroom. I was like, oh my god, did he shit all over the floor?
No, I threw up
in his bed.
threw up bad.
Oh man.
Remember that one time you almost shit yourself?
Yeah, Fifth Element. Yeah,
Oh.
the Fifth Element 20th anniversary screening. That was a bad time.
Oh god.
Literally driving back to his
We
house.
told this story before.
Making sure Joe knows.
Okay.
Driving back from his from the movie theater or whatever to his house or whatever, and he's literally like, "Oh no!" And
Oh.
I'm like, "What?"
Sorry,
Oh,
quick,
no.
quick backstory. I was on like a real strict meal plan. I lost a shit ton of weight and I hadn't had dairy in a month, and I accidentally got the dairy protein shake.
Accidentally.
No, I did. It was
Oh,
an
I thought you were
accident.
gonna say ice cream at the movie theater.
No. I had to get a protein shake, and I accidentally got the dairy one, and it was.
Anyway,
Just-
so
Ugh.
literally,
It'll mess you up, dude.
long story short, it wasn't that long, but literally he whips the car onto this front yard here, whatever.
I
Has the key still in there, throws it in the park, jumps out of the car, and he tells me, "Park the car, just park the car!" And he's running, like bolting into the house. I remember coming in, like after I parked the car and everything, and his dad's standing there, and he's like, "What the hell just happened?" I was like, "I think he's gonna shoot himself."
bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Anyway,
Horrible.
where were we? Yeah,
Memories,
they were frolicking in the woods.
shitting themselves through the woods.
But yes, Nell is like, hey, I love you, kid, but you gotta fuck off. Go meet a nice man and bother them.
You gotta start acting like a lady.
Yeah, you gotta start acting like a lady. Like cuts to an angle so you don't see her say princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, stop chilling with poor people. Get out there. So yeah, she goes in the woods, and then Jack surprises her.
It makes more sense that she's a princess because
Yeah.
like she like doesn't give a shit
Yeah.
about respecting anything.
Yeah.
And that just proves the point. And so the next thing is
Well,
like
she has to
of
learn
course,
a lesson.
by killing the entire world.
Well, that's like the fairy tale. Like, look,
Yeah.
you
No,
didn't
sure.
listen. You were. That's what happens. Unicorns die, and then turns the sun off, and then you're like, wait, what? And you're like, yeah, just go with it. The unicorns, they turn the sun off. I'm like, I
They're
don't know.
light.
I guess so.
They're pure light.
The opening crawl explains that like whatever the force of light is, put it into the unicorns. The other version is just like, yeah, they control the sun. You're like, you just have to go with it. You're like,
Well-
yeah, why not? Yeah, Jack surprises her, and then the way this is edited just makes it seem like they have sex. It cuts them like in the field, and he like goes to kiss her, and then it's like a cross dissolve, and I'm like, did they just fuck in the woods?
Also, how was Tom Cruise's back during this? Because the entire time he has to like do the fights and everything, he's like super hunched over on the ground. Like his poor back.
Yeah.
They make him look tinier than he is. I mean, he's not like the tallest dude in the world, but
No,
they
he's a
make him-
little guy.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
he's
a little
small.
guy, but they make him look even tinier. Yeah, so they made it. This version makes it seem like they're just boning in the woods regularly, and it's like, oh,
Good for her.
Oh, we don't have a scene there. We'll just. Okay.
But it's awkward because like the goblins are watching them the whole time. Like,
Oh no.
Rocks and Blicks are jerking each other.
what is it? It's
I wish I had a mountain of garbage.
Here's my one issue with the film. A lot of the extra characters, like I like Blix. I guess Pig Guy's good. but-
Pox has a cool makeup.
yeah.
But he's like, he's like a whatever. He's like a slick Jewish guy from New York. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And then there's the other dude. I think there's a fourth one, maybe?
No, there's three.
There's just three. Okay.
I always forget that.
And I feel
one
the
guy's
same
name.
way on the good guy side with the two little elf guys. I'm like,
And then Una.
Dude, Brown Tom and Screwball? It's Billy Barty, man.
I know it's Billy Barty.
Love Billy Barty.
This is too much. I feel like there were a little bit too many characters. I would have been fine with just Blix and one friend, I think. Although the pig guy was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're watching them fuck in the woods because they're perverts. So then she's whistling.
Don't kink shame people.
I mean, they're goblins. That's what they do.
So she's whistling to a bird. They're just whistling to animals for no reason, and then she just dangles her.
Talking.
He's like, wow, you did a really good job. It was perfect.
I don't think he says that in
He
this
definitely
version.
says it in this
Yeah.
version.
Well, then he doesn't explain why
No,
that's
he
a
doesn't
good
explain
thing.
No,
why.
yeah, he
But
doesn't-
again, it's inferred. He's like holding a fucking
I guess
fox.
so. And then also she just cuts to her dangling her
Yeah.
keychain, and then it's like, cool.
Tom Cruise is literally there like, yep, that
Yeah.
shined on my face.
Yeah, it's like in his eye, and he's just like, yeah.
I'm going to need to know that later.
Yeah. Guys, that felt like an awkward thing for her to do. Feels like there's something missing.
There might be.
It's like when you're on a plane and you're like sitting next to the window seat or whatever, and you accidentally like shut because you have your phone.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
shines people in the face. It's like, oh shit, sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. So now he's like, hey, look, I need to blindfold you and bring you further into the forest.
Don't you trust me?
Beat me to it. I was gonna say, don't you trust me? I trust you, Lily. But you still got to wear the fucking blindfold.
And look, this fairy tales teach lessons. Don't trust women.
I don't know. The man's pretty dumb in this too.
You're like, you know what? I'm gonna trust this lady, and suddenly a horse turns off the sun. You know, these are very important lessons.
I got news for you, Jack. You're not fucking marrying this chick. You're just not. She's gonna forget all about you.
So yes, we get to see our unicorns, which were played by 6 horses.
Really? That
Yes,
many?
yes. And then I learned like when they had to send them back to where they were, there was like this huge horse competition thing happening in Asia, I think. So all like the regular horse transport stuff was being used. And they had to
Did
like
they
send
ride
it
them
to
back?
So they had to send it to like France, and then the horse people in France were on strike.
Ugh.
So it became a problem with the production. They're like, oh, fuck, are we getting these horses back home? So like they managed to get all 6 of them on like one thing and managed to get them into
Wow.
France somehow. But it was like, yeah, we shot the movie. Let's get rid of these horses. They're like, yeah, about that. we physically can't get them to where they gotta go. But yeah, so there were 6 horses, and they make whale sounds.
Yeah.
But you don't think of it that way.
No, I do.
I don't.
Because I know what whales sound like. I guess in the 80s, how many people knew what whales sounded like? I guess it wasn't maybe as known. So,
I mean, I'm sure they were that the sounds were used for special effects. and
but I
shit
feel like
that.
back then you would have had to go looking for whale sounds. Now, like you see it in like stuff, you just look it up. But
Also true. But to that point, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
how many different animals were used for like the T-Rex sound or the Velociraptor
I was
sound.
literally gonna bring that up.
yeah,
Holy
that's
shit.
true.
So like it's kind of cool.
You know what's weird? Because that is a dinosaur. I think that you get some leeway there. But
this
like,
is a fucking unicorn, Tone.
yeah, but it's a horse, and I know
mythical
what
creatures. How do
Unicorn!
you know
There's
what they
no
sound like?
alicorn.
it's. Well, no, I think the alicorn is what the horn is called, right?
I don't remember.
Or isn't that twisty? Is it a different beast?
No. It's a unicorn, but I think the horn is called the alicorn because
Oh.
they talk about like restoring the alicorn. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, they come around. They're just like having a good time.
Sort of. Jack's like, isn't this great? And she's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go touch it. And she's like, what are you doing?
What's it saying?
A unicorn is a mythical creature typically depicted as a horse-like animal with a single horn, while
Horse-
alicorn has the wings.
Oh, so there's
But they say alicorn.
Yeah, they said alicorn in this.
They keep referring to the horn
so
as an
what's it-
alicorn.
I'm trying to remember what the flying horses are called. Not
Pegasus.
I mean, Pegasus
Oh,
is a
Pegasus
flying
was
horse.
the name of the one.
Yeah.
I don't know their full names. No.
I guess they're a
that's-
flying
that's a
unicorn is an
alicorn.
alicorn.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, gotcha.
Winged unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's one in the
Speaking
middle.
of which,
Now I'm just
So when you get a
confused.
unicorn and a Pegasus together.
whoa! Stop
shit.
hitting Leonard
Oh,
Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy. Oh, Bilbo Baggins. Yeah. No, it's
should've
not,
been in
it's not
this.
time for that. Yeah, you get the unicorn from this movie and Pegasus together, and you get the fucking alicorn.
Nice,
man.
nice. But yeah, they're frolicking, and Jack says, "What does he say?" Because she's like, "Jack, can you speak unicorn?" And if you're watching the American cut, you're like, "Why would he speak any animal language?" I don't know what that means.
I
He's
would
a
as-
forest dweller.
That, but also I would assume because they were literally just talking to like the birds and shit prior. But
Yeah, but-
some people are dumb. So.
But I didn't know if, like, in this version, it's not clear if that's the thing you do or if they were just. I talk to animals all the time. I drive past deer and I say, "Get a job." I curse
see,
at my
I roll down
cat.
the window and then really high pitched, I go deer, and then they all go at me, and I'm just like, hi.
I say I talk to my cat all day long. I let her know what I'm thinking.
Well, she hates you. So.
I have special songs for all my animals, and they all love it. You're just mean.
But he says they express only love and laughter. Dark thoughts are unknown to them.
Dark thoughts.
So if you just laugh, they understand.
Like,
I love it. Yeah, just walk
And they're
up,
like-
like, ha,
and then they go.
ha.
so in this world, if we were to find a magical whale, would it be making horse sounds? I just want to see a whale going.
I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? How are you?"
Oh, so yeah, the whales just talk.
Well, no, it would be telepathic.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget this.
So yeah, Lily approaches it, and she's going to communicate to it by staring.
Well, innocence. It's pure innocence, even
That's
though
true.
she's doing it for selfish reasons.
Yeah, but I feel
She
like
can't just appreciate the beauty of it.
Yes.
She's got to fucking touch it. They
well, the
always
point
got to
is
touch
she's
it.
trying to
Look, I
communicate.
gotta be. If I saw, I'd also go to touch. Same thing, like just like out in the wild, whatever. Like if I can pet the deer, I'm going to pet the deer. Like if I can pet it, I'm going for it. If not friend, why friend shaped?
The
Possums, raccoons. Those raccoons.
what's it called? The park I usually do my post-workout walks. The deer will come up to you. I think too many old people feed them, so they just come up
Oh,
to
they're
you.
looking for some corn.
I tell them to get away, and I tell them to get jobs, but
Tell
they
me
all.
in the park because I'll bring food with them.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say the name
you
on
can
here.
tell me after the.
You should bring some food for them and take a video of them.
No. No, because I know that.
And then a goblin's going to shoot it with a poison arrow.
Didn't they just like quell a bunch of like deer recently though? 'Cause aren't they, like,
Not enough
super-
because I keep almost driving into them at
Yeah.
night.
I mean, they do need to be kept under control.
Yeah. So yeah, she goes to communicate to it by staring. I don't know if I was going to communicate with something, I'd figure out a different way. Feels like something was cut here
I don't know what you're talking about.
because she's like she clearly wants to talk to it,
Innocence.
and she just settles with staring, and I'm like, now knowing what the other version is, I'm like, oh, this doesn't work at all. This is the best she came up with. Nothing. That's what she came up with.
Yes, girl, give us nothing.
How am I going to talk to that unicorn? Why won't it talk to me? It's
Maybe
like, because you're just staring.
Maybe they're telepathic too. You don't know.
Yeah.
It saw the love in her eyes,
I
Tony.
guess that's it.
He did it for love.
She communicated with her eyes.
Yeah.
Blick shoots it in the ass.
Yep.
And they take off. And the goblins chase after them.
I love this scene.
Yes, this scene's
good.
pretty good.
They're like going through like the cherry blossoms and everything.
yes.
It's just fucking
Which
beautiful.
I think, God damn it, I forgot to watch the Gladiator director's cut. Or no, Gladiator commentary track. I listened to the Gladiator commentary track years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I remember Ridley Scott saying he had the flowers in the Coliseum at the end. Because he like didn't get it quite. To him, he's like, I don't think I got it right in Legend, so I wanted to try it again with like the floating flowers.
I thought it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
I think
probably
I
one
thought
of
it
his
looked
best
better.
looking
Both
movies. Yeah.
great in both.
Yeah.
Gladiator director's cut. That's another one's a little too long.
Yeah.
Jack is mad at Lily. He's like, I told you not to touch them. Like, come on. It's like, yeah, but Jack, you also like did fucking nothing there.
Yeah, and he becomes like a disembodied voice, and he's like, "I told you not to touch them, Lily. They're sacred animals."
Yeah, that is weird that they don't show him saying any of that.
They also show him up and leave as she's like going towards them, and it's just like, why don't you
He's just like,
grab her?
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Lily, get the fuck out.
Yeah, right.
What are you
Like,
doing?"
No, I related to that. No, I related to that. If I thought something bad was about to happen, I'd be like,
Also, don't you feel the wind change when those goblins are around, right? Something's wrong.
You think
Also-
some creatures would see?
Yeah, where's all the fucking magical
but-
beings? Where's all the fae folk, like, keeping an eye on everything?
By the way, we forgot to mention, like,
Smell
Blix,
them?
Yeah.
not all the time, but
Getting
Blix
drunk.
almost exclusively talks in rhyme.
Yeah.
Maybe innocent, maybe sweet. Ain't half as nice as rotting meat.
Once in a while. I mean, sometimes he'll just talk normally.
Black
but,
as midnight, black
yeah.
as pitch, blacker than the foulest.
And then he's just saying, like, witty stuff. He's like, may this shot be sweet as pie. Maybe innocent, maybe sweet, not half as nice
as sweet as
rotten
rotten
meat. Jack is like, these are sacred animals. Like, there could be a lot of repercussions to what you did. And she's like, we should talk about getting married. And I'd be like,
who said we can't do that? And he's like, it's just known.
yeah, it's just known to forest people who you are not. Jack, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She's city folk, Jack. Like, you don't know.
But yeah, then she's like, let's bring up marriage. I'm like, not
Why
the
would he bring
time.
that up to her prior? Because clearly they had the conversation before that he was going to take her to see something special.
Yeah.
So, like, why couldn't he be like, hey,
He doesn't.
so when we go, maybe just, like, don't.
He was going to propose to her and she
Thanks.
ran off.
Yeah. That was it. The unicorns had a ring or whatever.
Yeah.
on that.
This is the part where another part that confirms she's a princess because she's like, well, I get to choose what my suitors are gonna do for me to win my hand.
That makes more sense if she's a princess. Now it's just like, all right, lady, you're a little full of yourself.
Yeah. Look at
Like, what
this
is this?
ring.
Yeah, so she's like, I'll marry whoever catches this ring. But I feel like she's not very serious about it because she
No.
throws it in the water and then he, not expecting him to jump.
Again, she brings Tarzan
the fuck
home to
out.
Dad. The king is gonna be like, get the fuck out.
She's like, Jack, no, I'm not serious. Ah!
Spin Doctors wrote a whole song about it.
Like, you literally said, oh, whoever gets this ring is going to be my husband, and you expected him not to jump?
He's out of his
Girl.
mind. Clearly, he's in love with her.
So yeah, he jumps. She's freaking out because she's realizing she's seeing a simp. And then, as that's happening, the goblins catch up to the unicorn, and the weather starts changing around
Right.
them.
It's so good.
And yeah, they cut off the horn. Freaking just cut that thing off. Which
I made a replica of this horn, but I have not finished it. Maybe I'll finish it by the time we do the director's cut.
you better,
Yeah.
or not. Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no repercussions for me if you do or don't.
Yeah,
But it'd be
it's also
nice if
true.
you did.
Yeah, it'd be cool if I did.
But nothing will happen if you don't.
No. Well,
Okay.
the sun won't ever rise again.
The sun will rise again. That might be a problem. It's spring. We're gonna need a little bit of that sun.
Yeah. Got to restore it.
Was the horn not being fixed why we had such a dry like autumn? Was that it?
You know, it could be.
Because I didn't get to use my fire pit once.
It's molded and cast. It's just not painted. So I probably can paint it in a couple hours.
I used my fire pit a few weeks back because it was like finally good enough to use.
Yeah.
And then a stick rolled out and I lit my backyard on fire. I had to like run because the grass was dead all around it.
Did you learn nothing from Smokey the Bear?
No, I didn't. Luckily, it was a
Did you
slow
see the
burn,
fucking-
but I was like, "Oh no!"
Did you see the sign with the big arrow that said, "Hey, forest fires are
The
really,
worst part is my dad was like, I told you that was gonna happen. And in my head, I'm like, you told me in May when it was green and it wouldn't have happened. There's a difference. Anyway.
Yeah, don't light fires during droughts, kids.
Finish that. No, the drought is over. It's
I'm
just there was a
saying
lot of dead
don't
grass.
do it while it's in effect.
Finish the horn. Finish the horn and
I'm
fix
gonna
the weather.
finish the horn and it'll all go away.
You're gonna finish that horn and they're gonna be like, guys, climate change
He's gonna get
fixed.
sick again.
And darkness is screaming somewhere. Protect!
You finish a horn and they're like, apparently Tim Curry's screaming for his father. No one knows why. So yeah,
God.
Poor guy.
So yeah, Lily runs away. She doesn't run down to see how Jack's doing. She just runs away.
No.
And then like Jack like punches out of the ice like Lily.
It's like at the same time that the unicorn horn. gets
Yes,
cut
yeah.
off.
It's
really
all
cool.
happening like at once.
Yeah.
And it's winter now, just like she predicted. So she goes to Nell's and that baby's dead. And so are the parents.
Sure is.
Why did they die so fast?
Because she was, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. She did
Magic.
it. It was her fault.
Okay. So she
has
gets to live.
She gets to live and experience the
If anything,
horribleness.
Jack should have died the first since he was in the water.
Does it affect magical beings?
I don't know.
So fine, it won't affect her because she is the catalyst for it, but it also doesn't affect all the other Fae folk.
No.
And then Jack gets a free pass because he is basically an honorary Fae
I guess
person.
so. I guess if you're in the forest, I don't know. But they're dead.
He was in the water when it
He was in the
happened, to be
water,
fair.
yes. So then she hides and Blix and the boys come in and they're just having a great time with this
Eating
horn.
food.
Yeah, they're eating food. He knows, Blix just knows how it works.
He just touches things with it.
I actually, he's just kind of pointing and things are happening. Like, how do you do that? He's like, it's easy. I'm like, you're just winging this, you
He breaks
asshole.
like a cup and some other shit. He's just like, yeah.
He's like, I can make the fire big. Yeah. And it's the power's starting to get to his head.
Oh yeah, well he shot the poison stinger. Don't forget that shit.
Oh yeah, and they're like bragging over who's responsible for it. They're like, the princess did it. Like, who cares? You got the thing. Relax. But yeah, then they're like, after they argue, like, okay, we actually got to get this to darkness. He's gonna get mad if we're not home in time.
Well, they still fuck around though.
They still fuck around a little too much.
Higher,
this is
burning
much
fire,
like
making music like a choir.
this is much like the One Ring.
Yeah.
It's corrupting them.
I don't think it takes much to corrupt a goblin.
Yeah, I feel like they're already like good to go.
Yeah. They're like, I can do stuff with this. It's mine now.
Like a sharp enough rock probably would have gave Blix like the confidence. Like, I bet you I can like stab him with it.
I love his gloves. Like
Yeah.
his claws and like the gloves on it.
Yeah, the
Very
gloves are cool as
costume.
shit.
Yeah.
Lily can't help but think this is all her fault.
Well, it is her fault.
I guess technically it's Darkness's fault for trying to put a hit out on the unicorn at
It's
all.
still her fault
It's her
for
fault.
going to do the thing.
You're not supposed to touch them.
I guess.
The reason that they didn't realize that the goblins were there is because they were infatuated with the innocence in front of them? Question mark. I don't know.
Yeah. It cuts to Jack in the snow, and he's being annoyed by a little fairy, and I don't mean Joey C. Then he's woken up.
You'd be a forest child and not know Joey C.
No, but then he's woken up by a tiny...
Problematic.
What? Then he's woken up by a tiny little shirtless boy full of energy, and I don't mean Joey C.
And he's playing a fiddle.
Frankie Muniz.
It does look like Frankie.
Every
Muniz.
time I see it, I'm just like, oh my god, is that him? Is it related? No, some dude from Sweden.
Problematic. Do you know what Joey says about himself? Jesus
Yeah, because
Christ.
he's allowed to.
No, he gave me a pass. Anyway, this is Honeythorn
Well,
Gump.
they're all fairy folk in
Yes.
the woods.
Yes,
we mean
yes.
fae folk, not the other thing that Tony was talking about.
But yeah, he's the leader of the forest children or whatever.
Yeah, he's the Gump. You don't
Yes.
fuck with the Gump.
And he's just like, he's like, hey man, I know everything except this current situation. What happened today? I actually, Jack's like, you know who I am? Like, yeah, I'm all knowing up until an hour ago. What just happened?
Also, let's get drunk.
Also, let's get, oh yeah. They're like,
Well-
he's just like, I let a girl touch a unicorn. Like, what are you doing, Jack? You fucking, oh my God, we're all gonna die. He's like, I did it out of love. They're like, oh, we got to
Well,
toast to
in
that.
that case-
Here's the elderberry.
Yeah.
Like-
Come on, Brown Tom, break out the good shit.
And also, I feel like there's a lot missing from this scene. However, there is one thing I want to ask. In either version, does it show Gump like playing music? It does in the
We'll get to it.
Okay. Because I was looking at I watched the behind the scenes and I saw footage of it. I'm like, it's been a minute. I purposely did not rewatch the director's cut.
Me neither.
I mean, I've seen it a billion times, but I hadn't watched it recently for this version.
I wanted to go in with this and be like just grading
Yeah.
the.
But I couldn't
theatrical.
remember if he did do a thing with
I'm
like
almost
music. I know
positive.
the scene's longer. I just forgot about the music part.
But
But
he's
yeah,
got a whole fucking temper tantrum and shit. We'll talk about.
yeah, I knew that was
Yeah.
cut out. But yeah, again, this movie moves too fast.
Yeah.
It's like,
All's forgiven, and it's like, okay.
yeah, like
Moving on.
really, really quick. And it's like, you gotta let the movie breathe a little bit. We were talking a long time ago about Temple of Doom. The first edit of that, they realized the movie was too fast and they had to add scenes to slow it down. Like, that horrible blue screen shot with like Indian short round on top of the mountain.
Oh, yeah,
that's like
yeah.
horribly, that was like an added, the Fortune and Glory thing was added because like the movie's moving too fast.
didn't
It's
know
a
that.
little frantic. This is the opposite where it's like, it's too like, no.
Did you like that SNL thing I sent you, by the way?
Yeah, I saw that.
It was really good.
Like a movie can be fast moving if it's written and designed to be like that, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
I think the problem with this is like they just had to chop it down.
When a movie,
lot.
when a movie is purposely chopped down for pacing,
Yes.
then that's where things get.
And then you
fucked.
have to keep everything in there. It's a mess.
And then you're
It's a
gonna
mess.
get to the end and be, oh fuck, man, we haven't.
Yeah.
All right, put this dissolve in. All right,
Yeah,
put this
yeah.
throwaway line in.
We were talking about that with like Return of the King. There's some like weird things in the theatrical version where
Yeah.
it's like that only really makes sense if you watch the other version. They call Jack a loving fool and fairy friend. And I'm not talking about Joey C. That's 3. All right. They search for Lily, but instead find the frozen unicorn. which was the stag, because the mayor is still alive.
The mayor's still alive. Yeah.
And
Down with the men.
Fuck the patriarchy.
Even unicorn men are.
Yeah. No one's exempt.
Well, Darkness is
I'm
like
an equal opportunity hater.
Blix is like, who cares? It's just a female. She's got no power. He's like, yeah, only the fucking power of giving life, asshole.
Maybe she's not pregnant. I don't know. But yeah, so they're like, all right, well,
Would that be a double homicide if they killed it?
double.
And she was pregnant?
I'm not a lawyer. I don't know about this.
Are you a unicorn lawyer? Fey lawyer?
Sorry,
You think Brown Tom's a lawyer?
Yes. Canon.
little sassafras.
Canon.
Jack apologizes to the unicorn, and the unicorn, I have it here, accepts. I don't know. Horses have soulless faces, and I never know what they're thinking or feeling.
And then everything's all good.
I really do have a problem with horses because their faces just look so dumb. And
You know,
I'm
there's
like,
body language that you could tell.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I'm
they're not going to show the body language, obviously, because like it's a movie. So they don't know
but
what
it's
the hell's
just they
going
always
on.
just
But
look like annoyed horses.
Wouldn't you?
I guess.
You
I
have
don't
to
know.
stand all the time.
Horses like freak me out
People
sometimes.
ride you.
Because they're so big.
I had one
like-
try to bite me once. I'm like, motherfucker.
I was on a shoot, and
Never
right
been
next
bit.
door was they had horses, and
Yeah.
they would come up to the fence every day, and we'd pet them. But it's also like being next to the giant animal. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is fucking freaky,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, I used to. I was in vet tech school, and I was doing a large animal class where I could volunteer to like help the horses out and everything. And
Yeah.
like, you have to learn where to stand behind.
Closer to the
horse.
mic. Closer to the mic. I just realized you got far
You
from the
have
mic.
to learn where to stand behind the horse so it doesn't kick you.
So it doesn't kick you, yeah.
And like, cause I have to like scoop up the leg to like get the like crap out of
Yeah.
its like hooves and everything. But
Yeah.
like, you get kicked by that thing, you're
You're
fucked.
dead.
You're dead.
You're having a real bad day.
Yeah.
Jack tells us, he's like, hey, look, I communicated with it, I guess. And he's like, we have to restore the horn.
And we're gonna protect this one.
Yes. And, but he's like, oh, it told me that we need a champion pure of heart. And Jack's like, we're doing what I would do in the situation. Do we know anyone?
Gump's like, it must be you, Jack.
And, yeah. And if I was there, I'd be like, shut your fucking mouth. So do we know anyone? Brown Tom, you look pure of heart.
Oh, I don't not. You won't be taking me, Tony,
yeah,
my boy.
They just nominate Jack, and Jack would be like, who the fuck? I just live in the woods and talk to rabbits. What
Because
is
he's a strong, able-bodied man, and not a 3-foot-tall fucking wood nymph.
Yeah, but I'd be like, hey, why don't we go into town? Probably like a night or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you could.
Why are we doing this?
Well, they're all frozen and dead. Don't forget that.
Well, if the unicorn told me, it's like, yes, someone needs to go in there and fight the literal devil. I just went to the other guys and been like, yeah, he says there's nothing we can do. We just got to live in this world now. Because I know damn well I'm not going to be able to take care of it.
I guess we're going south.
But no, they're like, Jack, it's you. And we got to get you some weapons. He's like, I don't know anything about weapons. Okay.
Don't worry, Jack. I
But-
know where the best ones are.
But they have to keep the unicorn safe. So they put Brown Tom in charge of it. And I have it here. Oh, yeah, that unicorn's dead. The fuck were they thinking with
The
that?
drunk lawyer in charge.
Just like put a blanket over it. Honestly, if you threw a blanket over it, you might have had a better shot at saving it.
Are you telling me the Fey folk don't have some secret entrance where they can like David the Gnome shit, where it like opens up the ground and this thing can just like go down for safekeeping?
Or just find a cave.
Or
like,
something.
Something.
Yeah.
Just literally anything.
Except right in the smack dab in the middle of the road where the goblins are coming.
Honestly, you could have put a hat on it and a sign saying, I'm not a unicorn. I just like wearing hats. And the goblins would have been like, damn, I thought that was it.
Nope, no
Instead, they
unicorns
put
here,
Brown
sorry.
Tom on it. And it's like, oh, that's going to be the easiest unicorn to kidnap in history. So the fairies lead Jack to a cave, which shows him armor.
That they
and-
should have hid the fucking unicorn.
Yeah, which they probably should have hit the unicorn
that's what I'm
in.
saying.
Now that I think of wait, that makes so much sense. You know what that's reminding me of? The last Mortal Kombat movie where Raiden takes them to that in-between realm.
Oh god.
And he's like, the bad guys are trying to kill you before the tournament. They want to kill you before it starts. They can't find you here. And he's like, okay, now let's go back and fight them. And I'm like, wait, why don't they just stay there? Wait, you just
And
just
wait-
solved your problem.
Just wait for the combat to be over.
Yeah, why don't we just stay here until it starts? That's how I feel. Like, why didn't they put that horse in the cave that the bad guys don't know about?
Because then it wouldn't be a movie.
So we went this far without bringing it up, and I can't believe I forgot. A lot of people think this heavily influenced Zelda, the Zelda games. What came out first? I feel like people have said
No,
like,
this came out first. I'm pretty sure. Because
Yeah.
isn't Zelda
Yeah, I'm pretty
88?
sure. Yeah.
yeah. Some people say like this heavily influenced Zelda, Legend of Zelda.
There
is a lot of similarities.
I feel like such an idiot because I forget the name of the guy who made Zelda, but like he was
Miyamoto. Is that it?
I think it might be Miyamoto, but like he was very inspired by like adventures and doing things as a kid.
It's possible he could have seen this movie because like
and if you read a fucking fairy tale.
1986.
Oh really? It was the next year.
Yeah, but like you do go, in that game, you do go into caves with armor and stuff, and it does seem very similar. And even Jack wearing like the green and everything, he does seem. Also,
he gets the upgraded Zora armor or whatever.
I can see it, but Lily's not Zelda.
No, that part's
Lily's
different.
not Zelda.
By the way, Jack was almost all green because he was referred to as a green man in the script, and then Ridley.
That's not what that means.
Ridley Scott called the writer. He's like, "Yeah, what if Jack was green?" And he was like a lizard man. He's like, "Yeah, he can be like a chameleon." And then the writer had to be like, "Well, then the audience might be confused why this girl is in love with a snake man." And Ridley Scott went, "You're right. It's a shit idea." Like just threw it out. It's like, oh Jesus
Unless
Christ.
they made him a very conventionally attractive.
Anyway, he was a little
different movie.
It was a little before their time.
We should make that movie.
Tim
Wait,
Curry
V came out around that time, didn't it?
You see, Tim Curry put the seed in a lot of women in the '80s heads that germinated, and it grew into women like you who are now.
I wish I had some Tim Curry seed.
He definitely spilled a lot of seed.
God damn it. Okay. So anyway, he gets his weapons, but actually before he gets his weapons, it's revealed that the fairy
Una.
She could just turn
Not Uno, that's a restaurant.
Uno. The fairy
card game.
Pizzeria Uno turns full size. She's just like, "Hey, Jack, this is something I could do. Don't tell anyone." And he's just, that's a setup for failure because I would have been like, "I didn't ask and I don't care."
Well,
and,
she's smitten.
yeah, but I'd be like, and I'm probably never going to see these assholes after this adventure. So why would you have revealed this to me?
Does she not look like the ghost of Christmas Past from the Muppets?
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit. She looks like
her,
something
I'm like, wow,
else.
you're just as creepy.
She looks exactly like something else, but I cannot put my
It's
finger
really
on
on the tip. Yeah, there's some other fairy thing that she reminds me of. We better remember by the time we do the director's cut.
I guess we could talk about it now, but like, or no, I'll save it for the director's cut. Yeah.
But yeah, she's just like, I guess she's like in love with him.
She loves him.
Yes, but she's like, makes Jack a promise. She's like, "Promise you won't tell everyone else that I could do this." And he's like, "Okay." And then he just touches the sword, and then the scene cuts abruptly.
Yeah.
To Lily running around lost, being like, "Where am I? I'm in the snow." But like, she was at Nell's house, so why didn't she like go home?
Yeah.
She went
Go back
into
to the
forest.
castle.
Yeah, she went back into the forest instead. Maybe she got it's a lot of snow. Maybe
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, she felt guilty, so she went back to fix things.
I don't know how you were fixing anything.
No, I didn't say she had a good idea for how to fix it, but she just went. Joe, I've done a lot of things without a good idea in plan. I'm like,
gotta
I'm just
find
gonna
the
go do
fairies.
this.
We gotta fix this.
So Blix has become power hungry, and he thinks he can take over the world.
Well,
Until 5 seconds from now, when darkness shows up, or
so cool.
It's not really dark. It's like an avatar for him. I don't know if he's physically there, or
I feel like it's a projection.
Yeah,
type.
it's just like a cloak that
Yeah.
like comes to life.
Yeah, it's like a exactly.
Yeah.
It's like an avatar.
Because he has like sort of necromancy stuff, which we're about to see.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he's
so
the Lord of Darkness.
Yeah,
he can do whatever
yes.
the fuck he wants.
So he shows up. He's like, "Hey, you got that horn?" He's like, "Yeah, we definitely got it." And they're like, "And you killed the other one?" I noticed there's only one horn. They're like, "Yeah, it's dead." They're looking around.
You fool! It's the female.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot before this. So Blix gets too scared.
Yeah, and he's just
'Cause
like,
he's talking. Yeah, that is the best moment where he's talking shit. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this to him and do this." He's like, "Hi, Blix. What?"
Yeah.
What? Oh, hey, what's going on, bud?
Blix, Big D.
But then Blunder,
That's his
which
name.
is the big metalhead
yeah.
guy, he's just like, "I'm gonna do it," and it goes about as well as you expect.
me, you dark angel.
And Darkness is like, "I'm just gonna use the Force and grab that, thank you."
enough.
And then he resurrects a zombie to pick up Blunder and shoot him into a hole. And he's like,
badass
"Oh, cool."
shit.
So
Adios, amigos.
So yeah, then they try to get around her, like, "Yeah, everything's gonna be fine." He's like, "The sun's coming up." We're like, "Oh yeah, we forgot about the sun.
You dumbass.
How did we should have threw a blanket over the sun. I don't know what we're gonna do here."
Threw a blanket over the entrance of the cave. She's like, "What are you talking about? There's no sun."
are you talking about, darkness? Nah, it's the moon.
It's a very bright full moon.
It's very much like, what do you mean we had to kill 2 of them? You only said 1.
So Lily finds Brown Tom. She warns him of the goblins because she was like spying on them. And he does his best to deflect all their arrows.
You goblins want to fight? You come to the chapel, oblige
his
you.
legs to do it too. It's like, all right, dude, you're doing too much.
At some point, the goblins are only aiming for the frying pan. It's like, how do you aim for like anything
He's
else?
way more handier with that frying pan than Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But yeah, then he gets shot in the head.
Right through me brain pan.
Yeah. And he's dead.
Yeah.
They get the unicorn
And
and
Lily.
they get Lily. And then they leave the movie.
For a little while.
No, they're gone the whole movie. From this point on, Blix is just gone.
Yeah.
That is
Actually,
For the rest of this movie.
that is another legitimate issue I have with the movie. I'm like, we spent so much time with Blix and like they're not there for the finale. They don't. I thought what you would do is have them either like killed off or they participate in the finale.
Yeah. But
So-
I mean, they don't really serve a purpose anymore after he delivers to
That's
Darkness.
why I would
But
like
yes, yeah.
some kind of exit, or even if he's just by Darkness's side and fights
I
one.
was gonna say they could
He's
have
a
been there
prince
at the
now.
finale, or whatever, when they're up on that ledge thing, whatever. They could have been there and like,
Yeah,
you
or
could-
like
they could have been knocked off,
trying
or
to stop
something.
Brown
Yeah.
Tom.
when
and,
they get to
something.
Darkness's lair, they fight a bunch of monsters. Why couldn't Blix have been one of them? It's such a big, cool, not big, obviously she's tiny, but like it's such like an important character that's just like gone. They're just gone from the movie. Like, oh, okay. Seems like a loose thread there. We need Legend 2.
Yes, we need the 125-minute cut of the movie.
Yeah. where Blix goes, I'm going back to my home planet.
Fuck this shit, and then he leaves.
By the way, I'll be in my room sleeping for the rest of the movie. Wake me up if Darkness dies. Just something like that. The elves and Jack find Brown Tom still alive. It turns out his alcohol was shot, so I don't know why he fell.
The elderberry.
I don't know, but all that good wine is gone.
It's gone.
I like that it looked like it was blood, like
I
trailing
know.
down his face too.
Goblins. She was still alive before I was dead.
So yeah, they track the zombies. They track the goblins. Yeah, technically, that zombie brought the goblin to the tree. So, I was kind of right. They track the goblins to the Great Tree, which is the big palace that Darkness lives in, which lies beyond a swamp. And again, if I'm in this situation, I'd look at that swamp and I go, God, no.
Or
Lily's
Texas
dead. Let's go.
drowning over there, yeah.
I can get used to the cold. Let's get some jackets. I saw a bear during the opening credits. We'll just wear that.
If there's ever any type of like zombie apocalypse or anything, we're just gonna kill him right away.
Oh, he goes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Honestly,
Or else we're all dead.
yeah.
I was gonna say, if I don't die during the initial outbreak, don't trust me at all.
hell no.
Oh no, do not
The
trust
moment
me
I
at
find
all.
out
Never.
people are biting each other and like turning, I'm just gonna show up here and just bop you right then.
You better
Joanna, how's it
hope
going?
that you see zombies.
Hey, how you doing?
He's like totally not a zombie yet.
I'd be the one zombie that you would see and be relieved. You'd be like, oh, thank God, he can't screw us over.
You'd be like the fucking neighbor guy from I Am Legend.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We'll be like at the end of Shaun of the Dead, and you're just still like kind of like coherent and stuff like video games and shit.
He's still doing the show
Yeah, obviously.
for nobody. He's just sitting down here going, the Dark Knight Rises.
Tony, yeah, that's the only time I get a little bit aware. They're like, and yeah, Tony, what do you think of the 2015 movie Legend? What do you think of that one? I'm like, it's like it stars Tom Hardy for The Dark Knight Rises.
And he just points at the poster.
Fun fact about that Legend with obviously has nothing to do with this. Just different movie, same title.
Sure.
That's where Tom Hardy plays twins. That movie, they had a poster with all their 5-star ratings, and they hit a 2-star rating on the poster.
Oh, did they?
They put it in between the two Tom Hardys, so it looked like they were just standing in front of a 5-star rating, but they apparently put a 2-star rating.
Hilarious.
Pretty good.
It's really funny. So yeah, they get to the swamp. They get attacked by Meg Mugglebones. Which again is Robert Picardo from like Star Trek,
Howling.
Howling.
Eddie Quist.
What?
Your wife.
My wife, Meg Muckle, but the hottest one in this movie.
She is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Rob Bottin's like one of my favorite effects guys.
We had that makeup at the office that looks like Meg Muckle.
Kinda, yeah. But like the way that this prosthetic works,
Yeah.
and all the extensions and everything and how it interacts with Rob Ricardo's face, it's terrifying.
Yes.
Old
There's-
movies like
I know,
this
there's so much range.
I hate like I understand using CGI for some stuff or whatever, like things that you clearly can't create, whatever.
Yeah,
But like,
sure.
come on, man, like it's so cool.
It takes time and it's expensive.
Well, that's why we were talking about it recently. The newest Dungeons and Dragons did like the good thing where it used all the effects.
I like the new one.
Yeah. it was great.
I like the movie a lot, but the tiefling is so fucking boring.
Ah!
She's literally sorry. It's just literally it's just girl, tiny horns.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
Like that's not a tiefling.
We pointed out in our
It's a
review.
manic pixie dream girl.
We pointed out in our review that they clearly didn't break in the leather pants for that actress, so she's walking awkwardly that whole movie. She's like this. Go back and watch what is the worst Dungeons and Dragons movie. There's 4 of those fuckers.
It's definitely not that one.
It's definitely not that one.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
It's got to be the sequel, right?
Well, which sequel?
This,
That's the thing. That's the thing. Anyway,
Okay,
back to
okay,
this. Back to this. Meg Bucklebones looks awesome. She wants to eat Jack. She's like, oh, hey, I'm going to eat you.
what a fine fat boy you are, Jack. You don't tend to eat me, do you?
Yeah.
Indeed I do.
Yeah, and she's ready to eat him, and then Jack just cuts her head off.
Huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It feels pretty sudden.
Yeah.
Thought there would be a lot more there.
Like an
maybe he'd be.
exchange.
Apparently
Maybe he
he's that awesome that he could just be like, okay,
yeah, I thought maybe he'd like do something clever, but no, he just cuts her head off and keeps moving.
Look at my sword.
Feels like there's.
And somehow his shield gets from out of his hand onto a tree branch.
Joe, if I didn't know any better, I feel like there's something
There
missing.
might be a scene missing.
no, just floated over there.
At least they didn't cut the full scene. That would have pissed me off. So we at least got to see some Meg
Yeah,
Mucklebones.
seriously.
But yeah, that is.
It's so fleeting, it's a crime.
And again, this is one of the most memorable things about the movie from when I was young. Which again, I would watch Krull and I'd wait for this scene to happen, and then it would never happen.
Watch the entire thing waiting for it.
Because there is that part in Krull where they go through like the foggy area, and I'm like, oh, this is when that big eel lady comes, and then it just didn't happen. I'm like, oh fuck, that's the other one. One day I'm gonna review Krull, and it's gonna be like, Krull is not legend.
Why I thought Legend was Krull.
You know what? I'm gonna rate my own movie. That's just basically both movies
Put together.
Just edit them both together somehow.
Oh my god. I mean, you probably could.
The unicorns have just a disc of horns. Yes,
Well, it's not a disc. It's like a cross.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I have a Charlie horse on my foot. I have to stand up for a second.
What the fuck? A few episodes ago, Frank did the same thing.
It's the way that these chairs
Yeah,
are.
these chairs
like,
are awful.
It's also like I don't really have a place to put my feet because there's a thing here where my knees.
Yeah,
If this thing
need
wasn't
someone-
here, I'd be
I
good.
can't sit.
Wait, what's the thing? What's the thing? Hold
The
on.
shelf.
Because remember I was complaining about saying, can you move the stuff there so I can
Yeah.
at least like have some foot space?
I moved it.
Yeah, but still like it's awkward on
Yeah.
how it
Like
is.
I can't put my feet underneath.
Sorry,
but
I'm
I
gonna
guess I could-
stand for
I
like
guess I could
a
go
second. Am I still? Yeah, I'm still in there.
Your head's that just looks weird. Oh, okay. You know what's
with
funny?
it.
We had that girl is always at Monster Mania, Tess Givnish, the artist that makes the Barbie stuff. She was here. She did an episode. She's like, wow, these chairs are comfortable. And I was like,
The chair is comfortable.
and I'm like, no one's ever said those seats are comfortable before.
Oh, I hate
I just don't know what to do with my legs.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll work it out again. I took all the stuff underneath.
My feet are on here, but like my knees are hitting this, so I
Yeah.
can't like push in. Anyway,
I'll elevate the holes. You know, for you, I'll dig a hole.
oh well, thank you. Just cut out knee spots for me in this shelf.
We get a buzzsaw and make
Yeah. It's just a scoop.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
yeah. You just gotta kind of lock.
Yeah.
I did move the microphone over, though. I moved that over, which was a lot
much better placement.
Anyway,
I would always hit that with my knee because I'm
Yeah.
like trying to like find somewhere to like put my legs.
I did one episode of Mint Show where I thought it'd be fun to sit in the guest spot. I'm like, oh, this sucks. I'm like, I gotta change this.
So you sat here and you're like, fuck, this sucks. And you still didn't fix it.
No, I fixed it after that.
Oh.
Everyone complaining about it, I went, but when I had to deal with it, I went, oh no, I gotta
This has
fix
got to change.
it. Anyway,
I wish you the life you deserve.
Going back to that zombie comment.
we get to see Darkness's lair, and I swear to God, he has a Pazuzu statue in there. There's
sure
a
looks like
statue
it.
that looks like Pazuzu. You only ever see it from behind. I'm like, is that Pazuzu? That looks like Pazuzu from The Exorcist.
It could have, I don't know.
Yeah, and then Jack and the elves stumble into prison.
They fall down a chute.
Yes, they just have convenient chutes that lead them right to prison.
Dude, like, why wouldn't you have that as a booby trap around?
That's pretty
your
smart.
Place,
It's pretty
you know what I
smart.
mean? It's better than a moat. Well, he's in the middle of a swamp, so if you get that far, you're going down the fucking jail chute.
Yeah. Turns out Blunder, who's in prison, is one of their old friends.
Is a fairy, but he's like half mutated.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, it's a long story. They're gonna cut my part out of the movie anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I really love this movie, but like around this time, it starts to get a little like busy. I think the whole Blunder being there, I thought that was not needed. Honestly, the fairy could have done without the fairy. Really?
Well, you need the fairy to get the keys.
I guess, but like other than that, we didn't need the whole promise. It could have just been a fairy that floated the keys over.
I mean, there's a little bit more to the character.
Yeah, I just feel like this little section here is a little, in both versions, it feels like a little too busy until we get to like Darkness doing his thing, and then it kind of picks up speed again.
I do like the glamours and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So part of the folklore and shit like
I
that.
guess so. I mean, I want to say that I would cut it down, but I'm seeing how they're cutting it down. They didn't do a good enough job.
It's tough to cut something like that.
Yeah, it really is. It really
and
is.
you have to like add
This
just
is the
enough
thing,
so
like
it makes sense.
in writing, or you do actual reshoots, not just put Tim Curry in blue makeup reshoots for
Right,
one
that'll be
scene.
fine.
That really feels like the only reshoot. They just
They
put
only
him
did
in.
that because they wanted to show him quicker.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
But they didn't reshoot anything. Well, I guess they couldn't because the fucking thing burnt down. But that kind of did fuck them, didn't
This
it?
feels like it shouldn't be here.
The pigmen are going to eat them at some point. They all hide, and the pigman grabs Blunder to eat. Jack makes the fairy out herself because he's like, the fairy can get the keys. And like, no, she can't. She's very small. This fairy that I'm holding, that's not a light on a string that you can see. What are you talking about?
It's such a great effect.
I know. It's really just that one shot
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you can see it. Other than that, it looks great.
Yeah.
But then the fairy like grows full size. And it's like, you dick! And it's like, lady, we're all about to get eaten. Grab the keys.
Jack, you promised you wouldn't tell.
And like that was before the pig man was gonna mutilate us.
He's like, technically, I never said I promised, and we are gonna die.
Yeah. So she's all mad, and then she's like, again, they're all explaining to her. They're like, lady, the world is about to end. The universe is about to end. The sun's about to blow up. She's like, fine, I'll do it for a kiss. And they're like, so he kisses her, and like, that wasn't good enough. Like, lady, the sun's gonna blow up.
Oh, she'd be getting the fucking tongue. Get me out of this dungeon.
Oh my
And it
God.
turns into Lily like, how's this work out?
She does a
Yeah.
mystique. I have it here. She does a mystique.
Sure, whatever. your
Wolverine,
little
I can
fairy
look like
heart
whoever you want to look like.
That's sexual assault.
Oh, man. She's got a great line here, though. She's like, oh, you know, humans' hearts are like porridge, and fairies' hearts beat fierce and free. I don't know. I always like that.
Yeah, she's a little too into him. She got to slow down.
Why's her hair go?
So then Darkness has a conversation with their dad, who in both versions, we never really figure out who this dad is.
No, because it's like inferred. It's like a statue thing.
Yes.
I mean, he is in a disembodied voice.
He's a disembodied voice. He's a lot. We see his green eyes at some point. But yeah, we never really learn about the dad. I guess he is like the force of darkness. Or he's like the son is the Lord of Darkness.
Is literally the darkness itself.
I guess so.
He's
Yes.
the Lord of the Darkness, and his father's, I don't know, the father of
His
darkness.
father's just like evil, basically. But he's like, Dad.
The evil that men do.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. No,
Yeah.
he is the evil that men do because he's like the influence.
Yes. And he tells him, he's like, Dad, there's a girl in the house, and I like her.
girl.
You have any dating advice? I imagine Darkness is going through puberty. I don't know why. It's funny.
I just hear him as Satan from South Park. Oh, you gotta tell me what's wrong.
I'm not listening anymore. We're broken up. I was watching that clip today. The dad's like, well, first you need to corrupt her. You got to make it seem like it's her idea.
Buy her a bunch of stuff.
Buy her a bunch of stuff.
Give her some jewels and seduce. Give
And
her a
he's like-
dress and food or something.
And he's like, okay, what if she's not into goat men? It's like,
Hide yourself inside a mirror until the time is right.
learn how to dance and then get a dress to do that dance.
Transform yourself into something else.
Lily is just kind of running around quietly.
I loved this ripped dress, by the
Yeah,
way.
Yeah.
she's
It's
really messed
so
up.
cute.
Yeah. And the fairy is chasing her. But like this is part of like I don't know. The Tangerine Dream score doesn't really work here. It's
No.
just too quiet.
Yeah.
Even with the dance.
Well, the dance is the worst part.
This whole thing is chopped up.
Yeah, it's chopped up, but like the music's just not
not-
more so than all the other scenes. It's just not working for this cut of the film.
No. She gets like a necklace. She like is tempted by the necklace, and
Yeah.
then one of the coolest parts is when
Well,
the
we're not at that.
I'm sorry,
You
I'm
forgot. Gump has to fight some hell monkeys
Oh,
or
that's
something.
right. The Morlocks are in the.
Yeah, I have it here. I'm like, I don't know, they're hell monkeys. What were those things? But yeah, then Lily ends up in the dining hall and gets tempted by the silver, and then that's when the baby statue is like, I think it's creepy. I don't like
Let's
that.
boogie.
And then the dress comes to life.
It's so cool.
And starts dancing. But you're right. It's meant to dance to that other score.
Oh, yeah.
So here it's just like.
It seems like fucked up. Yeah.
It looks so weird to this music.
Oh, it doesn't even give me the track listings on this. I actually have to.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that saying on there?
A fairy's love makes
somewhere in
everything
here.
possible.
The dress waltz. is
The
what
dress waltz. Yeah.
Waltz.
It's designed for that music. And
Because it's a waltz.
yes.
And I don't think the music of the movie
Even the
is.
dancing, you can see it's a fucking waltz.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It really looks awkward. It's kind of like how.
Like
It reminds me how Crispin Glover danced to different music in Friday Part 4
Yeah.
just so they knew it would be out of sync.
Didn't he dance to he danced to some like famous song,
He danced to something,
like
but like
AC/DC or some shit?
it was something like that, but he did it on purpose so it wouldn't match
Yeah.
whatever music they picked. And that's what this feels like, where it's like, this looks weird. I forgot it was dancing at one point. Also, I feel like it's way shorter than it was.
Oh,
in
it
the
definitely
movie.
totally
is.
is,
100%.
yeah.
But yeah, this,
Yeah.
like I talked about it before, this fucking scene had a chokehold on me for
Yeah.
like years. I love when it.
Also, do both versions have the blue lightning effect?
No.
That is just
Absolutely
because
not.
that when I watched it yesterday, I went, "I'm sorry, what?"
Yeah, the flash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they had to clue you in
Yeah.
what was happening.
It's
and it
like,
was
we got it.
yeah.
We got. But again, a lot of
that's
that.
one of the best parts of that
when
scene
you
is
see
at
that-
the end where it's dancing and you're like, oh shit, she's wearing it.
Yeah, when you see that like interview with like Ridley Scott, he really did just second guess himself. He's like, I don't think they're gonna get it. We got to change this. We got to change that.
Yeah.
He's like, he probably was like, are they gonna know that she put a blue effect so it makes sense? So
Stick to your vision.
yeah. Which the one producer's like, I wish I would have told him to fight for his vision just a little bit more instead of just caving.
You would think he's such a dick now. Maybe this is why, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
He's like, well, I did that the one time and it didn't work.
I
Fuck.
did it. I fucked it up on Blade Runner 2. and it didn't work.
Yeah, Lily is now in the dress because she gave into temptation. That
Blow
means,
up.
and that means
She was already gorgeous, but
Oh
like
yeah, seriously. Now
well,
we got
that means she has a unibrow
goth
now.
mama.
That's my favorite part. It gives her a unibrow.
Still sexy.
So I guess it's still working, but
Still
This
working
is
for
all
me.
open here. The black lipstick's like, flawless.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
oh, what was that? You ever watch that anthology movie Tales from Halloween?
Was it the newer one?
Yeah.
No.
It's like from 2015. There's some model I think has a cameo in it, and she's wearing Lily's dark dress.
Oh no
Really?
way.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I forget what model it is. She has like a cameo in the movie. They're like, "Are you the girl on Twitter? I'm following you." But yeah, she's wearing Lily's dark dress
That's
from
awesome.
Legend. I'll send the picture. We did a commentary for that movie, me, Royce, and Mint for Tales from Halloween. That is a fun anthology film. It's a lot of stories, but they're all like super short.
I gotta check that out.
Some are hit or miss, like all anthology stuff,
Yeah.
but I think you would actually dig most of it.
Yeah, I gotta make some time
Yeah.
for that.
Pay for Halloween, obviously. But yes, Darkness finally reveals himself, except for in this version, you've already saw him reveal
I'm like,
himself.
what a fucking reveal, too.
It's so good.
Yeah, again, it would have been way better if they built up this. I forget, there was something else I reviewed recently where there's a scene that feels like the big reveal of someone or something, but it was spoiled because they already showed it earlier in the movie.
We were talking about this.
What was I talking
I
about?
don't remember, but like, oh my God.
There was something, and now I can't remember what it was. Everyone watch every episode me and Johanna have ever done and let
Figure it
us
out.
know what it was. Oh, was it Anaconda?
I think so.
Because yes, it was
Yes.
Anaconda. It was Anaconda. Because early in the movie, they just show the Anaconda,
Yeah.
and then there's a big moment where it comes out of the water. It's like, yeah, we already saw it.
Yeah.
This
Isn't that
feels
when,
like the reveal.
when it attacks Danny Trejo in the beginning, right?
No, there's a scene when it attacks the panther. You see it,
Oh, right.
but then when it attacks the boat, that feels like the big reveal. It's
Yeah.
like, but I already. That's not the big
Yeah,
reveal.
we
For
saw
God's
it.
sake, have a little patience.
But you know what? The Jack Black remake they're doing now of Anaconda will fix that.
That's a fucking mistake.
I can't believe. So me and Johanna
Remember
were.
that stupid movie from the 90s, Anaconda? We're going to make it even dumber.
Someone's watching your channel. They're like,
Well,
oh.
it sucks for us, Joe. We had a plan to do what is the worst Anaconda.
Yeah.
And we were already like, we got to hunt down that Chinese remake. And then as we're planning it, they announced another remake. I'm like, oh, fuck. Now we got to wait till after that's out.
Oh, man.
So anyway, Darkness
worth
shows up looking cool as shit. This is when you see him in all his red glory.
Even the optical effects where he's coming out of the mirror and the hoof comes out.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's my
so
favorite
good.
fucking shot.
So good.
And he like lets her know that she makes him horny.
You're meant for me, and I'm meant for you. Don't you feel it in your bones?
Should you be using that line? You think I'll get a lot of leverage?
No.
No? I shouldn't
No.
go out and be like, I was meant for you.
Yeah, why do you sound like Bane?
Oh, I thought you were going to say...
I was meant for you.
I thought you were going to
Darkness.
say... I thought you were going to say...
I hate those unicorns, Batman. Sorry.
I was born in it.
I was born in the darkness.
I thought you were going to say, do I make you horny, baby? I was like, ugh, I don't know about that one.
So yeah, he's just like, you're right. Maybe this isn't the best pickup line. He doesn't talk to girls often. The only girl he's probably ever talked to was Meg Mucklebones, and she's not the best to learn from.
He's like that booty call. Because
He's just like,
again.
he goes up to her and he's like, you're evil. There's evil and darkness in you. And she's like, no, there's not. He's probably like, that works on Meg all the time.
Oh, give it to me, darkness. You sexy fucking goat man.
But yeah, he's constantly being like, yeah, you should feel guilty about what you did.
How
You're
like you my
evil. And
gifts?
she's like, I don't think I'm that bad. I think I'm all right.
It's like, you fucked everything up. You led
did.
that unicorn to death.
You did. And while this happened, like Jack and the gang are like listening in on all of this, the conversation about Darkness. And Darkness says, he's like, I will kill the unicorn, which will destroy the sun.
And we'll do it together.
And then here, Jack remembers the necklace reflecting light. Because only light can kill darkness.
As long as there's still light, we can still kill darkness.
Yes, and
And
they're
he's
like,
like, remember that part in the beginning that they cut down? But remember that
Yeah.
like went on my face? That was it.
yes, I remember that. I remembered
Get all the dishes.
I remembered reflections existed. That's what I needed. I remember that shiny surfaces reflect the sun.
Yeah.
So yeah,
mirror shield. Yeah.
So yeah, he comes with the plan to get the big dishes, which is like the mummy with
I was
the
gonna
lights.
say that, yeah.
But this is where the editing is way too frantic. I have it here like there are like 3 shots that are maybe the same set, maybe, but it feels like 3 different sets, 3 different color temperatures. It goes from like orangey and then it feels like lighter blue and then back to like these deep colors. And I'm like, what just happened here? And it's just cutting and cutting.
I mean, it's
and
different
cutting.
parts of like the whatever you want to call it, the sanctuary.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, let's fucking get.
Yeah,
to the
it
point.
is moving.
Yeah.
They pull Blunder out of a pie. Honestly, you could just kill that. I guess you can't because they shot all the stuff with him and they couldn't reshoot it.
Guess.
So yeah, they pull Blunder out.
He gets it good.
They grab every large shiny plate they can, and then they fight the pigmen. They get into a big battle with them. Little elf guy, Billy Barty, he volunteers to climb up the tower and put the first light to reflect the thing.
The sun, yeah.
Yes. And they're just like,
Doesn't he fall asleep at one point?
Yes.
Screwball falls asleep. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, these 2 are the worst.
Yeah.
They really are. Literally anyone would have been better.
It's like Mothra. Just hold on, guys.
Yeah, Mothra,
Yeah.
they're just sleeping until they have to wake up.
Oh, wait, you need... Okay, hold on.
Yeah, all right. Get
The twins love telling Mothra to wake up in Godzilla X Kong. They wait for that scene. They
Oh,
just
that's
scream,
awesome.
wake up.
You got to teach him the song
Yeah.
so the
So,
twins can sing.
so I have it here. Darkness's date is not going well. He loses his temper. He's like,
Very
"Lana-
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
I prefer to stand.
Silence!
buddy, come on.
Eat and drink.
I love this shot of the wine filling in that
Yes.
chalice, by the way.
Yeah, that was cool. But Darkness loves dreams because he uses dreams to corrupt men.
To influence people. Yeah.
Yes. He's like, they're great.
I learned that one from my dad.
Yeah. But then he's like, I'm not all bad. I will give you love.
You don't know how to love, Mr. Darkness.
Yeah. But he's like, look,
You're
I
just an
just
appetite.
all he wants is to just sit and talk to her when she's on the end of a 300-foot table.
Sit and talk with me.
Yeah. But by the way, you look at
Pass the salt.
I was gonna say, you look how big that table is and all the food that's in the way. Like, what the fuck would this Bless you.
Thank you.
What the fuck would this conversation have been like? Yeah, so then I grew up in that chair over there.
It's like Kim Basinger and
yeah, in Batman, where they're standing like
yeah.
all the way across from each other.
I'm gonna go shit in the kitchen. Yeah.
He's like pissed. He's like walking down the table, throwing things. Like, just love me, you bitch. Ah!
What do you mean no?
What do you mean no? Which, by the way, if I was the dad, I'd be like, hey, buddy, worry about dating the girl later. We got to kill that unicorn. You're fucking around too much.
You're jumping the gun.
Again, the reason they're all living in this tree in the swamp is because they lost the previous battle. And like literally right there, we're going to win. So could you just worry about the girl later?
The unicorn has been sitting in the dungeon for like, I don't know.
Ready to kill
10
at
hours?
any time they could have killed it.
We can do it now, sir. No way.
No. It's like, no, just how about you do it now?
I think there's a thing where like he's trying to seduce her so that they do it with him so that she like fully commits to him or something.
When you control the universe, just corrupt her later. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man? You're evil.
He was infatuated with her.
She has to love me for me, Tony.
But, kill the unicorn first and then do that. You have all the time in the world to win her over.
She has to be a monster just like him or else it doesn't work.
I guess so. There'll be plenty of things to kill. They could find a horse and put like a...
Oh my god.
So yeah, Lily...
It's like re-proposing to somebody.
Yeah, Lily is just like, well, look, I will stay with you, but only if you let me kill the unicorn. He's like, great.
She's like,
she's evil.
Yes, Tim Curry.
Yeah, he says his name for no reason.
Yeah.
Tim Curry.
No, he does like the fucking Home Alone smile. Right there.
He crossed his arms into the Grinch. It's weird.
My big Minotaur cock just came.
Jesus Christ.
The plates are almost set up, but the doors close. Yeah. Like, oh shit, the doors are closed. What are we going to do? Well, Jack runs in right before they close. Jack and Gump make it in. Everyone else is stuck. Yeah. And they're there to hopefully stop the execution. Darkness does a prayer to his dad. And he's like, oh, Dad, I offer this unicorn to you.
This one's for you, Pop.
And wherever you may be, I think your eyes on that chair over there.
Or floating.
You're somewhere. I'm not really sure what's going on with you.
Are you a statue or no?
Are you a statue? Do you talk through the statue? What? Do you come back if the unicorn dies? So he does all that, and Jack is getting ready to shoot Lily if he has to. He really doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And if I was in this situation, I'd be Gump just going, shoot her right now. Right now. Yeah. You should shoot her if you thought she was going to do it just to be safe.
Just do it, Jack.
Just do it. Just do it.
He was freaking out, too. Like, he's screaming at him, like, do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jack's like, no. And I'd be like, fucking too late. Boom, 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 boom. I'd be like Homer shooting Zombie Flanders.
He was a zombie?
He shot Zombie Flanders. He was a zombie. Because Gump kind of has it out for this lady. He's like, she fucked around with that unicorn. Oh, I shot to teach her a lesson.
It ain't no choice at all.
Yeah. But yeah, Jack was just, he's ready.
I trust you, Lily.
I trust you, Lily. And it's just like,
love. It's for love.
I wouldn't have taken that risk, but yes, she doesn't
and that's why you are where you are today.
What was the plan? Oh, I'm gonna cut the unicorn loose and it's totally gonna get away.
Yeah, and by the way, she didn't know Jack was there.
No.
So she would have just cut the unicorn loose and they would have just grabbed it.
But at least she tried, I guess.
I guess she would have died knowing that she made an attempt.
You know, for such a powerful being, the fucking unicorn can't do shit.
Well, because it only knows love. It doesn't know violence.
That's right.
Or
It
evil.
can still run away.
You can use its parts, though, to kill shit.
Yeah. That's true. Anyway, he gets shot through the neck, Darkness. He's got a freaking arrow coming out of his...
Fuck!
He's like, ah!
Yeah, he's got a few of them in him, and he's just...
Yeah. Yeah, he does have, like, a bunch of arrows in him.
Fucking Boromir, like...
So badass.
So yeah, he fights Jack, and he has fire powers that he doesn't use enough of.
No.
When he runs at him, holy shit.
He beat me to it.
They have him on the stilts.
That stunt
Completely on
mask.
one brain cell with this.
That stunt mask is just like... And he's got the sword and his fucking shit's popping. It's like, all right.
I will say his sword, we have it there. His sword's a little too big. He looks so awkward with the sword fighting is a little slow because he's wearing so much makeup and the sword's too big.
But you were doing such a good job. Why did you put the running thing in there? Because the scene where he like actually pins him up against the
that
wall
was cool.
is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that running scene's cool. I like it. It makes me laugh.
I like it.
All slow-mo. Rubber bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, I would say all the horns, even on the unicorns, are just flopping around. I'm like, aren't those like bones in your skull? Okay.
You know what'll make it look better? Let's slow it down.
Well, imagine how funny it would have looked running.
Yeah, but you could have did like a cool tracking shot, like if they put like him on a dolly, and then, like, ran him sideways across everything. That would have been cool. Or just like a shot like up at him and like pulled the dolly towards Jack.
I like when they knock him down and he falls into not a crash pad. That was pretty cool. I was like, well, that blanket full of stuff just happened to be there for you to fall. But yeah, he's like intimidating Jack. He's really cool. Who are you? I like
a little boy.
Yeah, I like in all these movies. It's so funny when you watch movies, like when the hero and villain meets at the end, like, oh yeah, they don't know each other. It's always funny with these types of movies. Or like Fifth Element, they never meet. Gary Oldman and Bruce Willis never fucking meet. They're not even aware of each other. So yeah, there's a big battle with them.
This is where they could have brought the goblins back.
This should have been where Blix and all them come back.
He's losing. Let's leave.
Yeah,
Yeah. They already showed that they're not completely loyal to him.
Classic,
Why
classic bad guy henchman move.
They should, like Benny in The Mummy. They should have been trying to steal everything.
Oh no.
But yeah, Jack isn't that strong. He's not really strong enough to fight him. He's like, I'm out of my element. I got lucky with Meg Mucklebones, but this is a different thing.
The thing is, you cannot fight him with conventional weapons.
No, because he would just survive.
Yeah.
Literally only light can kill him. But yeah, they don't have light because what's his face fell asleep at the top of the thing.
What are you, drunk? Like,
and
wake
then
up.
The fairy goes to wake him up, and it's like, well, fairy, why don't you pick up the dish? You jerk.
Kick Screwball off the fucking...
Yeah, actually, do us all a favor and just, like, accidentally kick him up, and then you put the dish up
when
there.
I turned big again, I had just accidentally kicked him, and he just rolled down. But, like, I got the light, so we're good, guys.
He fell asleep, and he rolled the wrong way. I don't know.
Yeah. So then Jack is able to pick up the horn, stab Darkness, just as the light comes in. I thought it killed Blunder. It looked like he died.
Dude, Blunder's like, oh!
Because the light hits him, and then the doors explode, and we don't see his body. I'm like, did he just... Was this like a nuclear atom blast? Just shattered him?
I think he was too much goblin, right? And instead of, like, surviving, he just got nuked with the rest of him.
Yeah, it hits Darkness. It hits him in front of that window to outer space.
Yeah, so he has a window to the void.
I guess so.
In the place, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, for a minute I'm like, oh, is it nighttime? Like, no, that just looks like a window to outer space. And he's the only one being affected by the light. Like Jack and all can stand in it.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, it starts shooting him, and I like that he's got the horn on one. Yeah, and he's got his nails, and it's like the sparks are shooting. And he asks his dad for help. He's like, Father, protect me. But then he's like, you idiot, I live in all of you. You can't defeat me. I'll be evil forever. It's like, all right, then why do you care so much right now?
It's light without dark. Which is such a fucking bone-chilling line.
Yeah. But it's just like, this would have more of an effect if you didn't look terrified for your life right now, Mr. Darkness.
Hey, man. Time is but a window, death is but a door. He'll be back.
Yes. And then he gets shot into outer space, and then he blows up and turns into 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now he's a constellation.
I guess now he is, like the Clash of the Titans.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
Look,
and there's the Lord of
and
Darkness.
there's the Lord of Darkness up there, right next to Poseidon and Perseus.
You can tell by his 2 horns and giant minotaur dick.
I was going to ask, is his dick showing?
We call it the Big
There's
Dipper.
the Big Dipper, it's the Little Dipper, the Big Dipper, Tim Curry's dick. That's the biggest.
Tim Curry's Dipper. Darkness's Dipper.
Yeah, so they restore the horn onto the unicorn.
Which is cool because they're just like, all right, let's just put this baby right back on there. And it like fuses back.
Yeah. Brings it back to life. Everything's happy now. But then Lily is just not waking up. She's in a coma. And they're like, well, clearly we got to get that ring to wake her up.
Well, serves her right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jack goes
I
back.
forgot, Darkness literally just whacked her and knocked her out.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking slaps the hell out of her.
Like a
Something
backhand.
tells me
Yeah.
he didn't have her best interest in mind.
You might say.
I think this Lord of Darkness might be a bad guy.
It's not all bad.
And I've been trained to trust him based off all the Hellboy movies I watched recently. I'm like, he's clearly on the level.
He didn't have that big fist, though.
He needed that big fist. You only get the big dick or the big fist. You,
Oh my
you can't have
God.
both. You cannot have both. It's part of the demon code.
I
You only
guess
get
so.
one or the other.
The demon code.
The demon code, it does two things. It prevents you from declining a rock-off challenge, and you can only have a big fist or dick. I don't make
That's
the
three
rules. Well, whatever. I don't make the rules here, okay? So yeah, Lily wakes up. They're in love, and I have it here. This song sucks. This song is so terrible.
It's got the dude from Yes singing
Yeah,
for Tangerine Dream, and it's kind of like, okay.
it sucks. I was gonna write the lyrics. I'm like, no, I hate this. I hate whatever they're singing right now.
It's all right, hand in hand with the workings of the seasons.
Yeah, and the ending of Legend was always a little awkward because they're just like, the movie's over. And they just wave at each other.
Bye.
And then Lily and Jack go to that obvious backdrop. In either version, it's always a little awkward, but when you put this fucking song
It
attached
makes
to
it
it,
extra like.
it's like, cut to the credits. But
You
yeah.
see Bastion riding on Falcor. And he's flying away. The fucking Jedi
It honestly would
Force
fit
ghost on
a
the side.
never-ending story more.
Well, that's what I was saying,
Yeah.
like in the beginning of the episode. Yeah.
But yeah, that is the end of the theatrical cut of Legend. Joanna, seeing this for the first time, how did you feel about it?
No.
If you had not seen the director's cut ever, try to remove the fact that
I think I probably still would have liked it. Obviously, I wouldn't have been aware of the music changes unless
Yeah.
I went to look it up or whatever. But like, it's still a gorgeous movie.
yes.
So
Yeah.
like, I probably still would have been like, yes, this is
Oh,
my
totally.
personality now.
Yeah. But yeah, I rewatching it again, I can see why I was never super into it as a kid until I saw the real version. How about you? When's the last time you watched just the theatrical cut?
I can't tell you the last time I watched the theatrical cut.
What was it like revisiting it?
It's jarring.
Yeah.
To say the least, but like as far as the movie goes, like I'm with Johanna, like this movie's still fucking good. And
Yeah.
if you've never take the director's cut out of the equation, it's still good.
Yeah.
I grew up with it, so
It's still it's okay. It's okay. And Ridley Scott talked about like he's so proud of the film.
yeah, it's one of the best fantasy films ever made, especially the director's cut.
But he does talk about it like if he could do it again, he would have
don't touch Legend.
No. Well, no, he said like if he could go back in time, he would have just like added a little bit, like just a few more action beats and maybe simplified a few things.
Sure.
Honestly, I would like to see what that original script looked like. And
I'm sure you can get it somewhere.
I mean, I'd like to see that movie get made. Call it something else, so we don't have to go in knowing it's a Legend
I
remake.
don't need a big CGI fucking nothing fest.
Yeah, but it would be cool to just see what that original thing might have
I'd like to
looked like.
read it and imagine it in my head.
Okay, maybe a comic book adaptation of an unproduced
I can go
script.
for that.
I
They
like
did Labyrinth and
They
Dark
can
Crystal.
animate it.
And
or
then
animate it.
It could be like the War of Rohirrim. Oh, wait.
Not animated like that. Didn't they just make that because they were about to lose the rights again or something?
Sounds about right.
Like-
It had been in production for a while. Yeah, is that the last thing Warner Brothers did with that?
I think so.
Warner Brothers is making bad decisions left and right
Yeah.
lately.
You're telling me.
No, we'll see. But not like the show was any better. Rings of Power. I got one episode into the new season.
I never watched
I
it.
didn't watch it either. Didn't need it.
That's the thing. It's like it's not even like a huge shit show. It's just boring.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to do the Silmarillion?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, you get to see Sauron turn into the Moldit from Resident Evil 7.
He's not hot, and he's supposed to be hot. He's literally supposed to be absolutely beautiful.
Which one? There's two actors playing him.
Neither.
I almost watched this season just because it's the first live action Tom Bombadil. I didn't even get up to Tom Bombadil.
No.
Anyway, Legend, theatrical cut. If you grew up with it, I implore you to check out the director's cut at least once. You might like it for the first time
Sure.
if you were never into it. You might love it even more.
This has got a very specific flavor,
Yes.
especially with the Tangerine Dream score. Yeah.
Yes. And again, the score is fine on its own. It just doesn't fit the film.
I think this would suit most people, honestly.
Yeah.
Because most people don't give a shit about story, and they're like, "Oh, we're already in and out. Great." We're done."
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about the director's cut
Me
with
too.
you.
That's gonna be fun.
Because we did skip over a lot of things.
There's a
lot of things.
Yeah.
We're going to cover the same beats over on Joe's channel, maybe with less dick jokes. Or maybe with more.
Amp it up. Let's go.
You do know that we're gonna do it with Sean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
There's
right.
plenty of dick jokes.
That's right. Never mind. What the fuck was I thinking? But yeah, that is it from us. Joe,
Yeah.
you've had a lot of stuff. This is late April, but you've had a lot of stuff going on. What have you done lately?
I was the DOP for the new Terrifier documentary that's out right now, which is pretty fucking sweet.
Nice.
The Art Attack, the behind the scenes of Terrifier 3, so go check that out on Screambox. So that was really awesome to be a part of.
Yes.
I am working on 2 movies right now. Pig Shit's in the can, and it's all done and ready to go with Astronomic Studios.
With our boy Bobby who
Knight.
put us in that video store documentary.
Yeah, that's where we met him.
You showed me a little bit of Pig Shit. I actually shared the teaser with our fans.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I texted you, and I'm like, I feel weird saying this about a movie called Pig Shit,
But that looks
great.
yeah, it was something like that. Or like, this does not look like shit.
Yeah, every review is going to be like, surprisingly, it doesn't look like Pig Shit.
I'm really excited because it's my first film that I've shot an entire feature.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
It looks great. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're dropping that in August, so look for that. And then I shot a portion of Bloody Bones with Astronomic Studios as well, Bobby's company.
Nice.
And we're finishing that up in May, but we're gonna have an Indiegogo in April. So April 1st, that Indiegogo drops, so we can finish that movie.
Awesome.
So yeah. Mhm.
Awesome.
And then I'm just doing a bunch of stuff with Movie Dumpster, trying to keep all the fucking plates spinning. Yeah. So yeah.
Johanna.
My life's a mess. I'm not getting into this right now. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I share funny memes sometimes in my stories, stuff like arts. But
I was just going to say you're a really good friend.
no, I'm not. Not to you.
You're going down.
Well, now I'm going to say you're very honest.
You're getting zombie Flanders, dude.
Yeah.
Well, you can follow me here. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out the audio feed. Check out the Patreon. I'm wearing my Patreon ambassador shirt they sent me, and I have my pin here.
well,
You
Pizza
fancy?
Rizzo.
And of course, at the time we're filming this, I've only done like one virtual meeting, and I assume I'm still in the program.
Are they paying you like extra money or?
Oh, I'm not getting paid shit.
Oh, are they promoting you more because you're?
I don't know.
Ambassador.
I don't look into
It's
that.
new. It's
You should
new.
look into that.
Because you
know
could
what's
just be promoting their shit, and you're
You know
not
what's
getting
funny? You know
promoted.
what's funny? It's funny. I in my first onboarding meeting, telling us like all about the ambassadors. Like, yeah, so we have like less than 300 ambassadors, and I literally this whole ambassador thing. Every step of the way, I keep going. Why am I here? How did I get here? What am I doing here? I feel like I should not be here, but there were other people.
Well, fake it till you make it.
Well,
right?
here's the thing. On Patreon, if you become a free member, I don't know. Yeah, this is before I was an ambassador. I don't know if you do this, but on Patreon, if you become a free member, I have it set up where it will just occasionally randomly upgrade a free person to a trial run.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yes.
We have a bunch of free people. I don't know what they're doing. They're like looking at stuff that they could be
See
looking at.
if you have. You should have that option. Yeah, I didn't know about it, and then I heard about it. I'm like, let me try that.
If I have it, I will definitely check it off.
So yes, become a free member just for the hell of it. Maybe you'll get a free thing. Actually, it was funny because Gil's brother apparently told him like, yeah, Tony gifted me like a free thing. And then I mentioned that on a thing and Gil's like, oh, so my brother didn't give him you? I'm like, no. Huh? So his brother,
Tony's just like, yeah, fuck him.
his brother thought like I personally gifted him a free
That's
thing. I'm
so
like,
funny.
and I'm like, no, I have it automated.
Not that nice.
That nice.
I made him give me a free code because I was like, I'm not giving you money.
Keyword, you made him give it to you.
No, I got tired of the co-host being like, can I see that Patreon thing? I'm like, I wish there was an easier way. And then they created the gifting thing. So yeah, sign up on Patreon. Check all that out. Book me on Cameo. Unless your name's Husey, fuck you. Don't book me on Cameo, you asshole. Please go over to Movie Dumpster and
please.
watch the director's cut review.
Movie Dumpster is on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast, moviedumpsterpodcast.com. We got merch, we got a Patreon, we got all kinds of good stuff. And yeah, come check out the legend, the director's cut, the superior version of this film.
Hell yeah.
And the superior review, because Johanna won't be in it. Anyway, we'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.
Talking about tapes.